beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Hello there, gamers. I should have made tea, but I was already running late, so... Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I just got new ortho trays in today. Oh! Wait, was I not even live? Hello? Beep, 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 beep! Beep, 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 beep! Can you... I can't hear. Live now! Hello! Hello? Beep, 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 beep! I have new trays in today. I held off a little bit on these ones because of, the last tray, like, was not fitting very well. So I, like, gave it, like, an extra 2 days before popping the new trays in. And oh my god, they hurt. A new tray day, ha ha ha, yay! It hurts so bad, chat. It's so wildly uncomfortable. I never... These ones just don't feel like the other ones. Fingers crossed, good luck on your dentist trip, Pavelo John. It's like... These ones are like... They're just not fitting good. These ones just don't fit good. I don't know how to explain it. How long does it take for it to be less painful? It'll be less painful, in like 2 more days. Because I put them in today. So, I put them in last night before I fell asleep. What color? They're just like clear trays. And the purpose to shift your teeth around. Yeah, but the other ones felt better. I guess with how snugly they fit. These ones, they have like visible spaces. No, thank you. These ones have like visible spaces in them. They don't feel... Is there anything like braces in each level takes longer to get used to? Oh god, I hope it's not like that. Oh god, I hope it's not like that. Like, it doesn't fit on your teeth. Yeah, like, they're not... I don't know. Maybe they're just getting a bit more effective at moving your teeth around as they progress. Maybe. Maybe. It's very uncomfortable. KXYB, thank you. Hi, Pippa. I don't know why I said thank you. Hi, Pippa, first time catching. I just read, like, your message and I was like, this reads like a super chat. First time catching a live stream, just want to say you're awesome. Thanks for being part of the day. Look forward to it. Well, thank you. Habit. Cool, but thank you. I had one of your past Sovereign Citizen streams playing while I cleaned the house and just got done as soon as you went live. Hell yeah. Proud of you for cleaning. Very, very proud of you for cleaning up. The secret $0 super, yeah. Oh man, there's no way we can't. There's no way we don't finish today, right? There's no way. There's no way we don't finish this. Ringrose, thank you. What's good, Pepper? Almost 2 years. What the fuck? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, thank you. Hi, Pippa. I just got my Valentine Papello. Hell yeah. Brandon Paul, thank you. Hello, Pippa. Hope you're well. Thank you. Talking Bull Press, thank you. Thank you. Since I'm here on a very rare occasion, I'll use this and go to sleep. Pippa love. Sleep well, Tunk. Returns. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yo, free super today. Sick. Gamer Jimmy, thank you. Perbrad, thank you. Nitori Kawashiro, thank you. Adair Soto, thank you. Thank you. There has to be like 5 minutes left. There has to be like 5 minutes left. Depending on how much time is left for this, I'll probably spend some time like talking about the game, and then depending on like how long that takes, I might just go do a Twitch watch along after this. Mister, I think you don't put the death flag on the stream like that. What the fuck? I'm not sure how long this will be. Gentlemen, thank you. Is there a VN that you plan to do next? Okay, so I'm not guaranteeing this. This is just what I've been thinking about potentially doing. since Fridays have been kind of cursed days for me anyways, I was thinking I could do more visual novels on Fridays, but do them pre-recorded, and then I can cut out the parts that, like, where I stumble over my words. You know what I mean? Just because of how unreliable Fridays are. So I can run that during my usual stream slot, and then I can do, like, a Twitch watch-along after. You know what I mean? So kind of like... Oh, but you guys like them live? I don't know. Doesn't sound like that bad of an idea. Perfectly fine. I don't know. How about we give it a try? It wouldn't be taking away a stream from that day, because I'd just do a stream after. But I feel bad with how much I stumble over my words and stuff during them anyways. But then Fridays end up so cursed that some days I can't stream during them anyways. I don't know. Sounds like more work to edit it all when we were happy with a live reading. True. I would like 𝑒𝐴𝐴, in my opinion, live would be nice. If you guys like them live, then... Here's the way I view it. Fridays are my worst days anyways, right? Fridays, like, number-wise, right? I have the least amount of people in attendance every Friday, right? So it's a good day to make, like, a just, like, hangout day anyways. You know, like a like visual novel day or whatever, you know? There's less people around. Stop number friending, Pippa. It's being pragmatic, right? I need to do my best in the company, but Fridays can be the you know, it's a whatever day. It's just like the hangout day. Like people say don't number, but like it's my job. So yeah, filter Fridays. So Fridays can be filter Fridays. I have to be aware to some extent. Thank you, Chad VTuber Enjoyer. Thank you. If you do VNs, go back to Snoot, please. It's Okino. So thank you. Live commentary maybe, but then you have to listen. I could do that. Wait, that's an idea. I could do like a pre-recording of the reading. Because it's really not hard to edit down a visual novel. So I could pre-record the reading. And then after like each chapter, I can chat with you guys. And then that kind of gives me some time to like think about what I read and stuff too. Ooh, a pre-recorded stream. Well, parts would be pre-recorded, the part where I'm reading out the visual novel. But then I can talk after. Medica BG, thank you. Friday, bro, she hates us. It's literally so over. McClax, thank you. Friday is a day for the diehards. True. As long as thank you. However that. Person who sold his wife, thank you. Paid super. Rice Guy, thank you. With the countdown to technical issues begin. Ebisu Eldrick, thank you. Nice, another Katawa stream to paint minis too. Epilogue. Because then that's like another thing, right? Is like the beginning part of stream will always be like the pre-recorded. And then there will be like the set time. I can set like a timer. Maybe for like the chatting time. Maybe that would like rush it too much. I don't know. Like book club. Yeah, like book club. That's how I could do book club. Maybe I should experiment with... Can I go to thank you? What VNs are you looking at? There's so many. The person who wrote Lily's Route has another visual novel. So I was thinking we could do that person's. Don't need to make it that formal. Yeah, I don't think we need to make it that formal. Because I just... It kills me stumbling over my words. I feel like such an idiot reading these out, and I'm like fumbling so bad. Jinky, thank you. Any VN content is a treat? Hell yeah, Mr. thank you. VN book club sounds fun. Might want to try it with a shorter VN first to try it out. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I could find like a really short VN to do it with. Because there's some visual novels that they're only like 3 hours long. X is right, thank you. There's always a relatively short Kenji route with an Act 1. Oh, Lindsay, thank you. I hope you can break the Friday cycle, Pippa. Was worried last Katawa stream ending so abruptly. Hope you're doing well. Pre-recorded games would be cool. Humbling head character. I believe it's for a test run. Yeah, that'll be fun. I can go back onto the, there's a Renpai wiki. I wonder if that's still up. You guys remember DDLC ASMR? DDLC is long. DDLC is really, really long. But is the Renpai wiki still up? Or maybe there's like a list of like short... Oh, Renpai games list. It's still up! Is it still active? And it's still active, kind of. It's still kind of active. They're adding like one game every couple months. Oh, this could be... Chat, this could be really soulful. Chat, this could be really, really soulful. We can go onto the Renpai wiki. You guys know Renpai? Renpai is a, it's a game maker for visual novels. Yeah, the VN engine. And so... Back a long while ago, this was like the go-to method for making visual novels. So there's a lot of like really small, pretty scuff indie visual novels. RNG, thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Let's make a face connect visual novel. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. If you guys want to make one, I'll play it. But yeah, the Renpai wiki, if you go to games.ren, that's R-E-N, pi, that's P-Y, .org. So games.renpai.org. There's like a whole bunch of just like free visual novels that were made by like 1 to 3 people. Remember the visual novel from your first birthday? That was so long ago. I wanted to voice act it, and then I don't know what happened there. RJ, thank you. If you ever needed a hotel room to cry in, please don't feel bad. I did the same thing when I put my membership as a firefighter on hold for months. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're back to firefighting, if that's what you want to do. Lindsay, thank you. Love to watch a Disco Elysium playthrough? It's kind of like mainstream. RNG, thank you. Pew, 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 pew. This is Friday. This is Filter Friday. We can do whatever the fuck we want here. We can do whatever the fuck we want for Filter Friday. Right? I played Disco Elysium. We could play that any other day. Oh god, I accidentally... Did I... I broke it again. Okay, there's just going to be this weird border over the chat box. I don't know how I keep breaking it. The blue box is back. Can we say slurs? No, we can't say slurs! The Fox, and you had an awful day at work? Crowd strike unrelated. Oh. Hopefully stream will make the day better. Also, have you considered playing Valhalla? I have thought about playing Valhalla. I can look into it again. I'm sorry your day was bad. I hope it gets better. Hello, Lucy, thank you. I have a relatively short VN to recommend to test out VN book club with. Lucy, the eternity she wished for. I've never heard of that one. Giga Chat VTuber Enjoyer, thank you. Renpai is fun. I've made a game for it for a jam. Hell yeah. Lord Brown Pie, thank you. Maybe we can play that other VN for Friday, the one that had the non-binary character who said Pastafarian. Oh god. Pastafarianism is pog. This is such a tongue twister. Excuse Masaki, thank you. No slurs, but blue box, fine. What the fuck? Oh wait. I think games.renpai.org might be broken actually. Because when I click on the games, it doesn't take me anywhere. Oh no. But there's like some really, really soul ones. Like here, I'll take a screenshot from the from the page. Maybe we can find them. Maybe we can find them uploaded somewhere else. Flash, we could find old Flash game ones. But those tend to be really short and very, very repetitive. Like, look at this. Look at this, chat. Hikari's Ribbon. By Radical Dreamers 2002. Released in 2007. This is a kinetic novel, which means there's no choices. So it would just be reading. Yeah, playtime 7 minutes. Embark on a journey to regain a dear lost friend. A short, heartwarming tale of friendship and trust. See, like, I could find some more of these that are like pretty short, right? And read through them. And then in between them, that's where I'll do like the actual talking, you know? Yeah, because there's a lot of these. They're only like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. There's the OG one, The Question, which is like, if you ever made a game on Ren'Py, The Question is like the game that would pop up as like a tutorial. It was like the sample game where when you first booted up Ren'Py, The Question. The demo, yeah, it was the demo game. Did a little bit with it, funny enough. Get 2 or 3 of those, pre-record and chat in between them. Yeah, maybe we'll try that next week. Maybe we'll try that next week. Because there's a lot of these. They're only like... They're short. They're so short. And it's really... I don't know, I like stuff that's like... old internet, I guess. And I know this isn't like old internet. It's fucking like 2008 and stuff, but... I think I can sort by date. But like the website's kind of crapping out on me right now. This year, thank you. You have a coworker whose entire personality is I love visual novels. Might be worth asking her for recommendations too. Wait, who in Face Connect is obsessed with visual novels? Joe, thank you. I'm on deployment. I'm watching this on Starlink. Let's go! Hell yeah! 2008 was over 10 years ago. Oh, Amy! Is Amy obsessed with visual novels? That's middle-age internet? Yeah, it's middle-age internet. She might have some examples. I don't know if she played like these old like Ren'Py ones. But she might have other recommendations. I just don't want to like... God, I played so many of these Ren'Py visual novels. I'm like looking at them like, wait a minute, I recognize that one. I don't want to like play like regular visual novels that are incredibly long, you know what I mean? Because like there's lots of them. There's lots of them. And there's lots of really good ones, but they're like 14 hours long and shit, you know? They're so long. Just watch out for the BL ones she's gonna recommend. Jesus Christ. Amy played VNs and then Sakana told her to play a good game, so she played Elden Ring. I feel like every time I've seen Amy playing something, it's been like Spooky's House of Jump Scares and stuff like that. I didn't know she was super into visual novels. Maybe we could like take turns. Maybe I could kind of make it like collaborative. I wonder... Would it be weird? Would it be like a collab? If I ask like some of my coworkers to read out some of the like the 10 to 20 minute ones or 5 to 20 minute ones. That could be interesting. Feels like you're overcooking it. I might be overcooking it right now. Let's start small. Let's start small. Yeah, collab is recording. I was thinking like collab is recording. I think I'm overcooking. It would make a pre-recorded segment very worth it. Okay, am I overcooking or am I not like overcooking? Maybe it would be... It really wouldn't be hard. It would just be like, hey, can you record this for me? And then all I have to do is edit it, and that doesn't take long at all. Like, I'm used to editing. Can you get it done once a week, though? I mean, that would just be... I think my strategy for it would be to ask, like, multiple people, and then just whoever gets theirs done that week, I can edit it. Because editing something that's, like, a 10 to if the visual novel playtime is like 10 to 20 or 10 to 30 minutes, then reading it out is probably like with all of the like errors and stuff in it, like having the raw footage is probably only going to be like an hour long, which that's no problem. I used to edit like fucking 4 hours of footage down back in a long time ago. Samuel Lee for $10. It sounds great if you can get everybody in on it. I mean, it's really not much, right? It's very like low commitment, you know? I'd just be like, hey, can you read this for me? Can you just capture this in OBS? Send me a test recording. I'll tell you if the audio is good and if the game is working. And then that's like super low commitment. Oh, Lucy, thank you. You're overcooking, but chat is enablers. Is it overcooking? I feel like it's so easy. I could do it like right now. Well, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm gonna, you know what, chat? Chat, this is why I like talking about stream ideas on stream. Because sometimes it bites me in the ass and people are like, Pippa, why don't you do the things that you said you were going to do on stream? But like with this, I would have never thought of this. I would have never fucking thought of this. But after this stream, I'm going to go and find some of the shorter visual novels. Because there's ones that are only like 5 to 10 minutes. So start with the shorter ones. Send them to some people. See who wants to record them. Yeah. Katawa Shoujo is never gonna end. Katawa Shoujo! If Katawa Shoujo ended, we might not have ever thought of this. I'm saying do it, buddy. Different voice actors for different characters. Okay, that's too much. that's too much. Getting different voice actors for different characters. That would have to be like a we're all on stream collabing, because otherwise it would just never work. There would be way too much editing for that. There's some others outside of FaZe who are into VNs as well, like Sama. This could be interesting. Talk to them, Pippa, they can work it out with you. Not the multiple voice actors. That is overcooking. Multiple voice actors is that is overcooking. Lupus, thank you. Try the OG. True Love 95. Don't tell Sawa I was here. Then I was like, your brainstorming is so overcooked. Gordon Ramsay is comparing it to a burnt hockey puck. Honestly, thank you. I read that. Samuel, thank you. Sounds great if you can get everybody in on it. Medica BG, thank you. Pippa, are you familiar with Mostly Walking from Day 9 Gang? They did old adventure games with making choices together that could work for VNs. I can look into it. Joe, thank you. I'm on deployment. Oh, I read that. Pippa's Friday VN tuber highlight. Kinda, yeah. Kinda, yeah. I wonder if I should offer like a payment of some sort. I feel like I should offer some sort of payment for this. Because it's not even like they're actually coming on stream. Brave thank you. I once saw a guy do a read-along of a full novel on stream, but to save his voice, he used an AI model of himself to read the book live, and he commentated. Might be worth looking into. But there's something special about actually reading it. There's something... Paid exposure! I'm gonna get fucking Twitlonger written up on me. Debunked user, thank you. Can we get Culrus to VA a portion? Nah. You will just owe them a collab? I could just owe them a collab. I don't know if this lot wants to hear an AI voice that much. Probably not. I don't really want to do an AI reading. I feel like it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Can we start KS now? That is a good idea. It is a good idea. Bum 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 bum. Did I not save? Shit. Shit. Is there... Shit. It was kind of a rush. It was kind of a... okay. I'm not rereading it all though. I'm just skipping by it. Oh, you can speed it up with control. Control's not doing anything. Control is Control is not doing anything. It's faster to spam spacebar and left click. It's... Shit. Control and spam click. It's still faster to use spacebar. Skip unread text and options. Is that there? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we did this. We did all this. Professionals, remember professionals here. The fucking Friday curse, man! Do you remember where we stopped? Yeah, we stopped after this. After we... Hold on. It was like after we got her to the gate. Yeah. After this. Is it here? Somewhere around here. Let's start right here. Let's start right here. Remember to revert the setting. Huh? Do I need to? Okay. The numerous... Holy shit, that's loud for me. And also, the reverb is really strong. Hold on. Turn that shit down. Okay, there we go. Holy reverb. It's loud for you guys too? Can we turn the game up? Don't forget to save. Oh, good idea. Alright. The numerous lamps scattered around the Yamaku grounds fail to do much more than provide pinpoints of light in an otherwise dense darkness. A car parked on the road just outside the school grounds comes into view, its shining black exterior reflecting the dimly lit lamps of Yamaku. I call out to Akira in an effort to alleviate a bit the heavy atmosphere. That your car? What kind? Oh. That your car? What kind is it? Don't know much about cars, do you? It's a Lancer Evo. Solid and speedy. Well, it's not as if her comment on my knowledge is off the mark. I've never really taken an interest in them. She gives a small sigh. She's been pretty good. Pity I have to part with it tomorrow. Just like the summer house. You guys were the last to visit before it changed hands. Turning back from my rather faulty attempt at small talk, I glance at Hanako and Lily following behind us. Tip of your head is quantum phasing in and out of chat? Huh? Ah! Is it breaking? Don't worry. Okay. By rights, Hanako should be leading Lily, but it's rather definitely the other way around as she clings tightly to Lily's arm. Close chat and focus on the game. Okay, good idea. It's a depressing sight. So, I guess this is it. Indeed. Although the time for everyone to say their farewells is now, nobody really wants to take the first step. It's as if the longer nobody speaks, the better the chances of them simply not leaving. Lily, do you really have to go? I'm sorry, Hanako. I won't be leaving you forever, though. I can still call you. Isao will still be here as well. I nod, but Hanako just clutches all the tighter to Lily's arm. After spending so long without anyone to call family, it must be excruciating to have to say goodbye to the one person that was as close to a mother as anyone could have been in her life. Lily lets out a long, sad breath. All Akira and I can really do is stand by quietly on the sidelines, since the only person that can solve this would be Lily herself. Eventually, Lily pulls her arm from Hanako's grip and holds both of her shoulders gently, a much more decisive way of address than I've ever seen Lily take with her. Hanako, remember when we first met?
when you entered my room for the first time after overhearing my consoling of a friend. You didn't say a single word for the entire night. Even as I poured you tea and talked to you, you sat silently and simply listened to what I said. It took many quiet meetings like that before you began to open up to me, but as you began to, I felt some of the happiest moments I've ever felt. I didn't become your friend because I pitied you, 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿. I became your friend because I knew you were hiding not just from me, but from everyone. Your ambitions, personality, interests, tastes. I didn't know any of them, and neither did anybody else. As you showed yourself to me, though, I began to realize the person that you were, and became sure that our meeting was a very special moment.
But Lily cuts her words short as she brings her hand to 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿's head and brushes her bangs to the side, gently pressing her lips to 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿's forehead. As she pulls her head back, leaving 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿 all but speechless and her eyes moist, Lily beams a wide smile.
I believe you are a very beautiful person, 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿, and I am certain that you will become a strong and confident woman. You are a very dear friend, and someone whom I love very much. Just like 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐭, I will never forget you for as long as I live. I may be leaving, but you have your own life here to lead, just as I do. You have your own friends and hobbies, and you have your own hopes after graduation. I want you to devote yourself to them, even after I'm not around anymore. That is why I think you'll be okay, because you are your own self with your own life. You yourself proved that to me.
𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿 lowers her head in embarrassment, but nods as she does so. I understand. I know I have to say goodbye. I know you have to go your own way. But thank you, Lily, for everything.
Thank you, 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿. Will you be okay?
There are a few seconds of silence before the answer comes. I will. Lily smiles, undoubtedly at least partly in relief.
That makes me very happy then. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Lily.
And farewell to you as well, 𝐒𝐡𝐚.
Goodbye. I'll miss you. She pauses for a moment before walking up to me, her right hand outstretched in front of her, takes a hold of my shoulder. Her left hand slowly and daintily reaches towards my face, taking my cheek in her palm. Oh, I just realized. There we go. For a while, she simply holds my face, her fingers just slightly moving to take in its contours. Usually, her hand would be warm when doing such a thing, but the night's air given her skin a cool edge. I'm not sure how long we stay like this, her clouded eyes pointed just below my own as she wears a wistful, almost distant smile. Eventually, though, I take her cold hand in mine. It's difficult to do so, but with a slight sigh, I gently remove her hand from my cheek. I hope you have a long and happy life, Lily, no matter where you might go.
Thank you. I'll make sure to.
She takes a long, trembling breath before turning slightly towards Akira's direction.
Akira.
Okay. With a nod, she takes Lily's hands and begins to guide her toward the car, parked outside the gates. They both walk slowly and deliberately, as if their movements had been rehearsed in advance. It's strange to feel like this now, watching somebody leave Yamaku. The feeling of unease I have now reminds me of the first time I walked through those black wrought iron gates that always looked far too pompous for what they were. As they leave, all of us know full well that our lives are irreversibly changing. I'd always told myself that I just have to take life as it comes, but everything's changing so fast, so suddenly. In the end, Lily's an irreplaceable part of the lives of both 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿 and me. The noise of Akira opening the passenger door for Lily brings me out of my thoughts, her hand waving back as Lily gets in. See you guys. Take care of yourselves.
Goodbye, Hanako. Goodbye, Hisao.
Hanako's hand quickly shoots up, her face brightened by her enthusiastic farewell. Goodbye, Lily. Goodbye. See you, Akira. Goodbye, Lily. The door shuts as we all put on our best happy farewell faces, Akira getting in the car herself and starting it up in short measure. Lily's hand can just be seen waving through the tinted windows, both of our hands waving high as well. Just as every other time I've done such things, I can't work out precisely why I or Hanako waved to her, given that she'd never see us doing so, but it doesn't matter. Even after that black shiny car goes down the hill and disappears into the dark night, we carry on waving and seeing Akira and Lily off. And then, they're gone. A strange stillness takes over. A strange stillness takes over as our hands return to our sides. I don't quite know what I should do or how I should feel. In the end, we just stand there silently staring down at where the car disappeared from sight. Goodbye, Lily. All I can do in response to her quiet, mournful goodbye is to place a hand on her shoulder. She looks at me for a few moments before looking back down the hill, secure in the knowledge that I'm still around for her. What we'll do from now doesn't seem all that certain. We all have our own ambitions now, just as Lily said. But even so, it feels like there's a certain part missing in both of our lives now. Something that can never be replaced. Man! Just like that, she's gone. Pepper's thank you, Pippa, your head. Or the 𝐶𝑯𝑐𝑏𝗽𝗶𝗶𝗃 and the clicking stream was practice for this. Okay, yeah, I think she just left, bros. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet! But it might as well be! The snap of my mobile phone's closing contrasts with the ambient chatter and noise audible even in the hallway outside the library. It's the first day of the summer holidays, a time that had perpetually seemed so far away, and yet it's now not only here, but also made painfully obvious by the students, or lack thereof, left in the school. Most students have returned home to spend the holidays with relatives by now. The few that are left are mostly chatting between themselves, usually about what they intend to do in the coming weeks. No! What the hell? Lily, tilde falls away! Tilde falls away! Tilde... No! No! Don't say that! It makes me feel like the odd one out for taking advantage of the school library being open for the first several days of the holidays. Ostensibly, it's for students to drop off any books they've borrowed and have yet to return, and for those who will have their parents pick them up to help pass the time until they get whisked away. Thanks to the recent lengthy phone call from my parents, which had so rudely awoken me from my sleeping on a beanbag at the back of the library, I'm now in the latter category. Sliding my phone back into my pocket, this time remembering to set it to silent, I go back into the quiet and wholly placid room. It's a nostalgic sight, just as when Lily first led me to the library. The orange tint of the sunset bathed the room in its light, while Hanako sits on a beanbag silently reading and Yuko fusses, just barely visible behind the counter. Hanako especially had been noticeably more quiet than usual since yesterday's happenings, but I can't really blame her. It wasn't just me that depended on that person after all. I quietly walked back to the beanbag near her where I'd sat before, being doubly careful not to make any unnecessary noise. The soft puff it gives as the beanbag takes my weight makes Hanako's eyes flick towards me, but only for a second. I get the feeling that Hanako has been quiet only partly out of sadness following Lily's departure. Rather, she seems more thoughtful and measured than I expected, perhaps due to her desire of working out how to deal with Lily's leaving rather than just being depressed over it. It makes me a little proud of her. Hey, Hanako? Yeah? Still going ahead with your idea of traveling? She gives a determined nod. I'll be starting in a day or two. Naomi's decided to come with me too. Wow, quick start. Where are you two headed to first? I think we're going to start by going north, then loop down and go southward. So, Hokkaido's going to be first? She gives another nod, more tentative than the last. The significance of that place is not lost on either of us. You know how you're going to handle the traveling expenses and accommodations? Yeah, I've worked everything out. I think it should be okay. Naomi says she has her side worked out too. You know that if you need anything, you can just call, right? I gave you my number before. Any time of day is fine. She gives a smile, which in itself feels like a small personal victory. I know. Thanks, 𝐒𝐸. Maybe Lily was right. Although I may offer Hanako any help I can possibly give, I feel as if I know she doesn't need it. She really has grown. Hanako's plans for her holidays are in sharp contrast to my simple following of my parents' suggestion to stay with them. Holidays had always made me feel less excited than most, though, so maybe this is just a return to the status quo. Before my heart attack, I'd always lived so aimlessly that holidays weren't all that much different from my everyday life anyway. After school, I'd wander around a bit in the city, often hanging out with some friends before making my way home to eat dinner with usually one of my parents, but rarely both. Their work schedules didn't leave much time for them to be home, and going there straight from school would just have meant I'd end up feeling bored. I was an urbanite through and through. Since coming to Yamaku, though, it feels like I've fundamentally changed as a person. The phone call with my parents erased any traces of doubt I might have held on that, in any case. While before I had exercised a fairly normal level of independence for a teenager, that being not a whole lot, my parents were more than pleased to hear of my newfound ability to take care of myself. Laundry, cooking for myself, cleaning, all in addition to other general chores that come from living without parents around. Just little menial things I've had to pick up, but with relative ease. When I think about it, I'd always depended on them, even if they hadn't been at home all the time. To say I never depended on anyone after moving to the Yamaku dormitories would be far from the truth, though. Excuse me? The two of us look at the awkwardly fidgeting figure in front of us. Some things never change. It's getting close to closing time, so Oh, right. I'd forgotten that the library closes earlier during the holidays. Hanako and I both get up and dust ourselves off, placing our books back on the shelf behind us. The fact that our tastes in reading material have a fair amount of overlap is useful at times. With a bow to Yuko to apologize for taking so much time, Hanako takes her leave of us. See you tomorrow, 𝐒𝐸. Bye. And with that, she walks out of the large, wooden, aging doors that herald the entrance to the library. She's a quiet person, isn't she? I suppose I should be surprised at a staff member sharing personal opinions like this, but after knowing Yuko for a while, it's largely expected. Our relationship is more personal, rather than one with her acting as an authority figure. Yeah, I think that's just how she is. She's got a lot more She's got a lot more confidence in herself these days, though. I don't know her as well as you do, but I think I agree. It's nice to see her talking to people here. She never used to do that before. Hey, Yuko. You know about Lily's leaving, right? She told me herself a few days ago. It must be hard, leaving everyone behind like she is. She quickly looks back to me after she says this, probably remembering that I went to her for advice on the relationship between Lily and me before. Are you going to be okay? That's a difficult question. It's something I'd rather not think about for now, though, given more pressing issues. Something seems kind of off about this whole deal, don't you think? Yuko appears to think for a while, absent-mindedly scrunching her face up in a variety of creative ways as she does so. I don't think I really know her well enough to make that kind of judgment. I'm sorry, I can't be of more help. Ah, that's fine. I'm just sort of thinking out loud. I give a deep sigh and scratch my head in frustration. There's just so much stuff happening at once that I have no control over. It feels like I'm being swamped. I think everyone goes through times like that. What's important is to concentrate on what you can do rather than what you can't do. At least, that's how I see it. If I didn't think like that, I don't think I'd be able to manage my life as it is. She says it with a smile and a light tone, but her words are far from any kind of joke. Being pulled between two jobs as she is, just to hopefully make enough money not only to live, but also for university, must be exhausting. Perhaps that's why, coming from her, this feels like it has more meaning than if it had come from most others. I guess you've got a point there. Thank you for your advice once again, Yuko. She bows deeply and smiles again before making her way back to the counter where she spends so much of her time. The tiny wings of the cardboard crane in my fingers are only just visible in the dim light of my room. Just a little of the moonlight being able to peek through the curtains and around their edges. I lie still in my dark bed for a long time, idly looking up at the little origami bird. It feels like a lot's happened since Lily folded this, but at the same time, it feels like very little has changed. Compared to everyone else, I'm back to square one. I might have a newfound idea of where I want to go in life, but that's hardly something that affects me now. Hanako changed, I know that much. If anything, she just makes me feel like I've got no excuse to be like this, considering her previous situation. Holy ESL, what? I look at Jeff for one moment and I just see ESL, ESL, ESL. Lily, though. I turn the bird in my fingers another way, looking at it from yet another angle. When I first met her, she seemed aloof and perhaps somewhat distant. Her actions were always careful, measured, and precise, and her carefully maintained composure always gave the appearance of unerring competence and serenity. In time, she became less formal. Just a bit, but enough. It felt good to see her lowering her inhibitions around me and opening up, even just a little, of her own accord. It felt as if I was seeing her real self become more vibrant and more visible. Now, though, I'm beginning to have doubts. Perhaps they're to be expected after what is, effectively, the two of us breaking up. They don't feel new or strange, though, but rather like an old book being found and dusted off. I soon realized after meeting Lily that she saw me as she did Hanako, as someone who needed help and care. At first, I simply thought that we'd be fine as friends, helping each other through our limited time together in school. But then I began to treasure our moments together more and more, from our quiet walks to our talking over lunch. The good sides of her personality became ever more obvious and ever more likable. The absence caused by Lily's trip to Scotland to visit her long-distant family and sick aunt only made me realize how much I liked just being around her, and I had thought that she felt a similar way. For her, though, maybe that wasn't everything according to our relationship. Even after she returned to Japan, that just meant she lost her family once again, after meeting them for such a brief time. She lived so much of her life without her family around, not to mention with Akira working long hours, that she had little choice but to be like that. I had thought her sense of independence to be a good and admirable trait. It was in stark difference to my reliance on my parents before my heart attack, as reluctant as I may have been to admit it. However, it also meant that she never let people get too close to her. She lost her family, likely due to her blindness, went to a different school from anybody she knew because of it, and worked all the harder to make sure she didn't end up a burden on her sister and those around her. And now Akira's going to Inverness, just like the family she thought she'd lost. She never told me of her plans, as conflicted as she was about them. Lily didn't want to be a burden on anyone, including me. I'm an idiot. I never questioned it. I never tried to be there or asked when she needed me to. I just set my life up and expected it to stay that way forever, with the two of us having a nice long relationship where we pushed forwards towards our futures together. A small pit of frustration and anger at myself wells up in my chest. I just let everything happen, never even trying to help Lily. Just her being there was enough. I thought I could keep going on if that were true. But that could never have been enough. It was a childlike dependence on somebody, without any attempt to understand or help their situation. Thanks to that, I lost Lily. I lost the one person I loved most because I wasn't there for her when she needed me. With an increasingly angry feeling washing over me, I turn over and set the crane back on my desk next to my clock, the place where it has lived since that day when she folded it for me. Since that day when she herself said that my burdens needn't be my own. The obnoxious bright red numerals of my alarm clock shine through the darkness of the room onto my tired eyes. 10 o'clock, evening, curfew will be soon. I wonder... Akira mentioned they'd be leaving this evening. I have no idea exactly when their flight is, but that means there's a chance, however small, that they might not have left already. Adrenaline starts to move through my body as I sit up on my bed, my eyes suddenly wide with possibility. There's no guarantee they haven't left. Indeed, it's likely that they already have, but there's also a chance they haven't, however small it may be. I go like this to loosen up my lips. I'm so tense! I'm so stressed! I'm so stressed! Go get your girl, Hiso! There's no gear. Okay. Yeah. Just this once, just as I should have before. I stand up and rush over to my cabinet, throwing out some clothes as fast as I can and sliding them on in quick succession. Each second that goes by and a second that I can't regain, a second that may mean the difference between catching them and losing them forever. Even if I fail, I have to try. I can't let her leave everything behind without even trying to stop her. Without, just this once, being there for her. With the last of my clothes slipped on, I hastily grabbed the phone off the desk. Luckily, the number for a local taxi company is still in my call history. A gruff, unenthusiastic voice announces the name of the company while I pace around the room. It takes some effort to slow down my voice and keep it clear over the phone. The chilly night air sweeps against me as I open the dormitory door, but nevertheless I keep up my brisk speed as I half jog, half run out to the school gates. It may not be curfew just yet, but it's precariously close. If there were a guard around, they'd no doubt have some questions for me, but it looks like I've managed to come out just before they arrive. Or they're around a corner. My pace picks up as I make my way through the school gardens, their nighttime allure all but lost when I begin to run to the school gate. The lamps of the courtyard, dim as they are, provide just enough illumination to light the way and prevent me from tripping over. The buildings themselves take on a rustic, almost antique-looking edge when I glance at them. Looking back, it seems strange that they once appeared so dark and looming to me. Now they just look to be somewhat anachronistic school buildings, the same as any others bar their age. Leaving the gates behind me, I pull up to a stop just before the taxi, parked just as Akira's car had been. Its gaudy and brightly lit sign looks out of place in the quiet country backdrop. I impatiently squeeze myself through the door, giving the driver the address for where the two should hopefully be staying. By the time the taxi pulls up after its trip at maddening casually... Fuck. By the time the taxi drive... Fuck. Just instantly messed up again. By the time the taxi pulls up after its trip at maddeningly casual speed, it's well and truly deep into the night. The house is truly enormous, its sheer size much larger than I had expected and ominously still. Fearing the worst, I asked the driver to stay just in case my efforts are for naught. A single press on the fancy intercom system outside the gate produces a short electronic melody in the otherwise silent road. It's not long before a somewhat deep, gruff voice can be heard from it. This is the Hakamachi residence. Please state your name and why you're bothering us this late. I press on despite inwardly wincing at the reasonable annoyance audible in his voice. It's Hisao Nakai. I was hoping to meet Lily or Akira if they're still here. Surprisingly, I managed to summon quite some energy to my voice. Enough to make the other side of the intercom silent. A few seconds pass, but just before I press the button again and ask what's going on, a light turns on outside the front door. I strain my eyes to make out who is coming through, but as he comes past a large parked car with fishing rods sticking out the back, his identity becomes clear. His face is typically placid and emotionless as he saunters up to the gate. He's still childlike in his mannerisms, despite his demeanor. With the press of a few buttons from behind the fence, the gate slowly opens. What voice did I give this kid?
Esau, what are you doing here?
I think this is the most emotion I've ever heard from his voice. Not that it would be hard to reach that mark. Akira told me that she and Lily would be staying here before they left for their flight. I need to talk to Lily just one last time. Are they still here? The look on his face says everything. I failed. I was too late. The one time when I actually needed to act quickly and...
Actually, it's possible.
Oh, femboy voice? Femboy voice?
Actually, it's possible.
What? What is it? He's a bit taken aback by my fervor, but I can't help it at this point.
They left not long ago?
Wait.
They left not long ago? Only a few minutes before you arrived, in fact. If you go straight to the airport, you might be able to... Esau?
I dart back towards the waiting taxi, grabbing what little money is left in my pocket as I go.
Thanks, Hideaki!
With that, I take a seat, and in a short order, bark out my destination. My chest beats wildly as I tear down the street, my body twisting this way and that to slip between the pedestrians walking back and forth beside me. With the road solidly blocked by taxis and other cars dropping off passengers and picking up others in the time they have to wait, we ended up having to stop almost a block away. But that's in the past now. What matters is reaching Lily. One foot hits the ground, the other quickly following without the slightest thought, as if my legs have taken on a life of their own, and all my mind can do is concentrate on the view ahead of me. Just one glimpse of that long hair of hers. That long yellow hair that was the same color as the wheat that stretched as far as the eye could see. In the end, I depended on Lily just like Hanako did. Even after we started going out, it still didn't feel like she really ever let herself depend on me. Except for one moment. That one moment where we held each other tightly on that bright yellow field. At that time, she must have feared losing me just as she did everyone else. That's why, just this once, the night air wraps around me, draining every last remnant of warmth out of my body to the extent that it feels more like midwinter than a summer night. My fingers, my hands, my feet, they all feel increasingly cold. The sound of the passing crowds is reduced to no more than a background hum while the sound of my shoes hitting the pavement echoes loudly, every step urging towards the person I have to catch. Forced by my chest tightening in response to the cold of night, I rest an arm over it to try and settle it down. When the airport comes into view, though, I realize this feeling is one I've felt before. Not now. Of all the times for this, please, not now. I take a gulp and soldier on regardless, pushing my body as far as it will go. Sweat pours off of me as I hurtle forward, my shoulder hitting someone's side and my mind suddenly flooding with emotions and memories. I continue on without an apology. I have to keep moving now. If I stop, I'm not sure I could begin again. And even if I could, it would all be for naught if I'm not in time. I hit another person, then another, offering little resistance to getting bounced about. My feet feel numb, my arms are losing all feeling, my chest forces me to hunch over, awkwardly tightening ever more. That afternoon in the snow, that time when my life irreversibly changed, images of Iwanako and that damned letter flash over and over in my mind. The first love I'd lost thanks to my condition. I can't let that happen again. I don't care what happens to me anymore. I just need to see her one last time. There. There she is. A sliver of yellow and white comes into view some distance down the road, her figure silhouetted by the lights emanating from the airport entrance. Lily! Lily! Lily, stop! Please, Lily! Come on, Lily. I know your hearing's far beyond Ah! My view suddenly spins out of control and ends up on the ground. My body haphazardly sprawled after hitting someone and stumbling over. Before I can assess the damage, an unbelievable pain ignites in my body. All my thoughts are blanked as I curl up and frantically clutch at my chest. Hey, are you okay? That was a really bad fall. This pain, I can't.
Any sharp knock could do me in, any overexertion. I thought I could overcome my limits this once.
Something's wrong with him. What's the matter?
The voices of those gathering around me are gradually replaced by a loud ringing in my ears. By now, I'm unable to move my head, my eyes turned upwards to see the mute moving of their lips. Even as I clutch my chest, I realize I can't feel my fingers anymore, nor my feet. It feels like my entire body is shutting down, starting from my extremities. With one last effort, I turn my head down the road towards the airport entrance that's casting its lights over me. Lily is there, behind the crowd. Her head is tilted, but only just slightly. I can feel my vision dimming as I try to yell out, but nothing emerges from my mouth despite my best efforts. Slowly but surely, my vision begins to black out the scene before me. So, this is how it ends. I failed. I was so close, so very close. But at the very last moment, my condition seized my chance at a new life and dragged me back. Now I'm going to die, sprawled out just meters from an airport, with a crowd of babbling people surrounding me and Lily leaving for Scotland just a little distance ahead. That last word extinguishes the last of my energy. The world falls into a deep, inescapable blackness as every muscle in my body shuts down. I'm sorry, Lily. I was too late.
Ripperino, dude. That can't be the end. I don't believe it. We're gonna wake up with her standing over us. 𝐵𝐵𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴, thank you. If I get a tattoo of you. If so, where? What? If you got a tattoo of me, where should you put it? I feel like the most like acceptable tattoo locations are like ankles, right? Because that's like that gets like covered up very easily. You know, like you can still work professionally and have it covered. Or maybe something like on the back. If you're gonna get a tattoo of me, I'm very honored, but don't like risk your professional career for it. You know? This year, thank you. Pip a forehead tat or tramp stamp. Do it, you coward. Now! Douglas MacArthur, thank you. Go, 𝐒𝐴𝐜𝐚𝐭, go! Gritter, thank you. By the by, Poco Raccoon raided you moments ago. Just a heads up. Oh, thank you, Poco! Thank you for the raid! I'm sorry, I was reading the visual novel. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome those who are here. I'm playing Katawa Shoujo. We're at like the very end, so spoilers. Thank you. Oh, I heard that. Okay. I missed it, Poco Love. Well, thank you. It was a great game, and now it's over. So sad 𝐸𝐴𝐴 died. Indeed. Oh, thank you. Damaged. Hell, thank you. Get one with that Walmart quote. Only fake fans do less. Hooper's Worth Ninja, thank you. Is it bad that I heard the Dark Souls you died sound effects in my head? Nah, it's to be expected. Copperhead Snake, thank you. Pipkin Knuckle Tats. Wait, Pipkin. Wait, they'd be so like out of place. Maybe if you did like your middle 3 fingers on either hand. And oh, wait, that would go kind of hard, dude. Wait, what if you did like your middle 3 fingers, right? And so like, oh shit. Wait, or do like your thumb. Do your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger on each hand. And then you can make them into like guns. Oh my god. Do that. Do that. Get your knuckles tattooed. And your thumb. And make it so you can, like, make it so it's like, it spells out Pipkin. Oh, that'd be so based. That'd be so based. You should do that. You should do that. Michael Zane, thank you. You can get a temp tattoo on Sticker Mule, by the way. Or get a temporary tattoo. Out is media, thank you. Who's the best girl in the end? Well, Lily, obviously. Obviously. I wish Akira had a route.
What's going on? As I slowly open my eyes, a bright white light assaults my retinas. For a moment, I just lay where I am, mindlessly staring ahead while my scattered thoughts coalesce in my slowly waking mind. Slowly but surely, the white begins to come into focus, as a bare expanse begins to be drawn across my field of vision. It's only when the light fixture comes into view that my mind clicks that this is the ceiling above me. Slowly levering myself up, I silently absorb through all my senses the details of the room I'm in. The smell and taste of strong bleach hang in the air, lending the impression of a place just slightly too clean to be natural. Inoffensive, pale and peach-colored walls, all perfectly painted without a crack, stain, or imperfection. A single framed painting hangs on the wall, perfectly straightened. Like the walls, it's as boring and inoffensive as can be. My attention's grabbed by the translucent curtains waving across my vision, my eyes following it to the open window it covers. When I move my right arm to lift myself up and look through it, I feel the catheter dig in uncomfortably. It's only now, too, that I notice the cannula tubes winding around my cheeks and into my nose. After some fidgeting, I settle for just looking around the corner of the window. Beyond the thick leaves of several large trees, I can see the greenery below, backing out into a field, a customary island of green on the outskirts of the city. Judging by the sun outside, it's noon. Of which day, though, I'm not sure. So, I'm in a hospital once again. I let out a long, tired breath as I try to collect my scattered thoughts. My mind seemingly cast in a dozen directions all at once, with as many emotions running through me. After slowly lying back down, I decide to start at the beginning, why I'm here. I cast my mind back, but I can't work out a smooth recollection of what happened. The events of last night, or whichever night it was, come back more as a series of snapshots than any cohesive memory. Lying on my bed, looking at the origami bird, talking to Hideaki outside the Hakimichi residence, running down the street, passing pedestrians and bumping into more and more of them, falling. Looking up at the searingly bright airport entrance, seeing Lily's back as I lay on the ground. The silence of the private room suddenly feels overwhelming. So, that's it. I had my chance to correct my mistake and I blew it. Whether I was at fault for neglecting my medication and disregarding to pace myself, or my body was for giving out, or my body was for giving out so soon, it doesn't matter now. All that matters is that, once again, I'm alone. The pastel blue pillow yields with little resistance to let myself fall back onto the bed, its starchy case, along with the starchy sheets, providing little comfort. Compared to the darkness of last night's events, the bright light of the room around me is striking. All it does, though, is emphasize how otherworldly places like this are. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. It was a miracle that you were able to go on so long without anything happening, they said. And then it did. My condition had taken away everything. My old school was of no importance anymore. My home was reduced to a faraway place. Both my friends and my first love simply stopped visiting after a length of time. I became cynical and embittered, distant and subdued. In my defense, no person could avoid that after such a thing happening to them. But nonetheless, I left the hospital as a very definitely changed person. Things changed. I made new friends in 𝐒𝐚𝐭, 𝑠hizume, and Misha. I found a new sense of home in my dormitory, a new interest in science and the world around me, and I found a direction to my life that I never felt before. But I'd also discovered other things. The sense of isolation in 𝐒𝐴𝐴𝐻 and its surrounds was not entirely unwelcome. The quiet, giving a peace of mind I might not have found elsewhere, but it gave the area a feeling of being pushed out of the way, of being kept out of sight. People in the streets would sometimes glance awkwardly or quickly turn their heads as they realized they were staring. Even if my condition wasn't visible, my uniform was. Even if it weren't, I was still different. I took 17 pills a day, morning, midday, and night. My scar, though hidden behind my clothing, was still a permanent mark of my condition, and most of all, there was the very real possibility of death. A bad fall, an absent-minded hard hit on the back, a simple sprint taken too far. Anything could have set my heart off, and several times I teetered on the edge of the abyss, even with all the care I took of myself. But that was fine. I could have lived with all that. Because there was one thing I'd found, and rather refound. Because there was one final thing I'd found, or rather refound after entering 𝐒𝐴𝐴𝐻, which was once again snatched away before my eyes. It's only now that I realize just how delicate my newfound sense of happiness was. Everything depended on her, the linchpin of my life since I first entered 𝐒𝐴𝐴𝐻 as a sullen, confused, and aimless transfer student. Lily Sato was the one person I could depend upon above all others, and who reciprocated the love that I felt for her. But I failed her, and only realized it all too late. I thought that I could just set my life up and continue that way forever. But the real world doesn't work like that. I finally realized the meaning of those words, only to be struck down as I confronted my failure to do so in time. The surroundings I'm in now are all too familiar. It's as if 𝐒𝐴𝐴𝐻 was but a dream and I'm still recovering from my first major heart attack. Maybe that's why I feel so tired. It feels almost as if I've lived the entire last few months of my life in the space of minutes. Making me sleepy. The weight of my eyelids closes my eyes, my physical and mental exhaustion letting me offer no resistance. Unintelligible mumbling from the head of the bed stirs me out of my sleep. With my eyes still closed, I can focus and make out someone, presumably a nurse, bidding farewell to a doctor. As I open my eyes, I notice the door closing in my peripheral vision. The doctor stands reading some notes off a clipboard held in his hands, carefully looking over the pages. After consulting this obviously very important document, he looks up and notices my gaze. It's now that I notice something slightly odd about his expression and general disposition, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
I see you're awake, Mr. Nakai.
His quick glance over to my bed to verify my name. His quick glance to my bed and to verify my name shows that his documents obviously didn't have it written on them.
I must admit this is a bit unfortunate. Your parents visited just earlier while you were asleep. I could notify them you're awake now if you'd like.
Thanks. That would be good. I give a somewhat dazed reply, most likely the one he'd expect before really thinking about what I'm saying.
Not a problem. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, I'll happily answer them. That is, unless you'd prefer to rest. The anesthetic's still going to be affecting you a bit, I'm afraid.
The anesthetic, of course. That'd be why I felt so strange the first time I woke up. I slowly shake my head, not wanting to dislodge any pipes or cause myself any more discomfort than necessary. The doctor politely puts down his clipboard in response. I guess my main question is, what exactly happened?
To put it simply, you've unfortunately had another heart attack. While not as severe as your first, you were very lucky it occurred so close to a hospital. After being stabilized, you were taken to the operating room. What followed was keyhole surgery in order to insert a temporary pacemaker. All in all, the incident happened 2 days ago, with emergency treatment being carried out very soon afterward. Since then, we've kept you under close observation while you were asleep.
Will I be alright? Are there any lasting problems?
Compared to the procedure carried out for your first heart attack, this was relatively minor. So you will have to undergo surgery once more in a few days' time to remove the pacemaker. Assuming there are no complications, there should be no lasting implications.
He continues talking, the subject shifting to a repetition of facts about arrhythmia and my medications that I already know for the most part. I start to nod in faint interest while my mind drifts. I begin to think about how perfectly hung the inoffensive paintings on the wall are behind his how perfectly hung the inoffensive painting hanging on the wall behind his shoulder is, and how neat and sterile the surroundings are, even including the doctor himself.
If my mumbling bores you, you are quite welcome to say so, Mr. Nakai. Lord knows I lose track of myself sometimes.
He gives a short chuckle at his self-deprecating joke as I grimace awkwardly, having been rather badly caught out. The doctor's chuckle sounds different from that of the nurse at Yamaku, though, come to think of it. As I ponder why, I realize that the man in front of me feels that little bit off. His smile is neat and sterile. He delivers his little joke perfectly with a customary, inoffensive chuckle. It's like, rather than talking to the man whose name is neatly printed on the name tag pinned to his lab coat, I'm merely interacting with an actor reading off a pre-rehearsed script. Every action having been choreographed beforehand. I suppose he has to be this way, though, being a doctor. He has to keep his neat and sterile smile when chatting to the girl with cancer slowly spreading through her body, when reassuring the woman who will surely die from childbirth, and with every other terminally and critically ill patient. That little bit of distance, that little bit of aloofness. It makes me wonder if I've been too harsh, especially considering it's a disposition far from being adopted only by the people in his profession. After all, the one I loved kept that same distance from others herself. Looking up to the doctor again, I realize I've been in thought with my head bowed for some time.
I understand you must still be tired. You've been through a lot. And as I mentioned before, the anesthetic will still be affecting you. If you don't mind, I'll let you get some rest and tell your parents you've woken up for you.
I think that would be good. Thank you. He gives a curt nod before picking up his clipboard and making his way to the large white door in the corner of the room, closing it behind him with a thud. In the end, I'm alone again. Lily's gone, Akira's gone, Hanako would be traveling, and even my parents have already left the hospital. 4 pale peach walls, 1 white ceiling, and a single open window to look out towards the world outside. It's hard to think of the future when the past is crowded around you, claustrophobic in its neat, sterile, starchy, bleach-smelling grip. Lost for what to do or focus on, I content myself with sleeping the time away as if this were all just another dream, like Yamaku had been. White. A sterile, clean white for a sterile, clean room. My eyes open and I simply stare at the ceiling for some time. It's about as interesting as the television would be, mounted in its metal rack hanging off the ceiling ahead of the bed. Indeed, the television saw its entire use during the time my parents were here, left on quietly as they waited for me to wake. It was about as banal as it had been the first time I ended up in the hospital. Earlier today, an attending nurse had offered to turn off the EKG speakers. I refused simply because the sound is so entirely normal to me now. It's almost comforting in a way. The metronome-like regularity gives at least some feeling that time is moving, even in a place such as this.
Banal? Banal? Is it not pronounced banal? I've been sitting here second guessing. Yeah? Banal? 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 Yes? Chat! You got it? I thought it was...
Huh? Huh?
Define. It is pronounced banal. You guys hear that? You guys can't hear that. Hold on. Game. It is pronounced banal.
Banal. Banal.
Banal. Am I crazy? You said it correctly. That's how I've heard it said. Lamau, no? What do you mean no? Ken, what do you mean no? Also, I saw your super chat. Thank you for the $30. Lily's worth all the heart palpitations. Go, 𝐒𝐴𝐜𝐢𝐚𝐥. That is wrong. It's UK versus US? Huh? Huh? The banality of banal? And there goes the moon. Oh, I was like sitting here like, banal. That's not really a word I hear often. Hold on.
Banal. Banal. Banal.
There's like 3 different ones! It's pronounced banal. Fuck off. After some time of listening to its beeping while I fully awaken though, I realize there's another sound in the room. Concentrating all my efforts on listening, a task made rather easy by the lack of distractions, a tiny, tinny melody can be heard. Light and quiet, the music sounds almost fragile as it's dwarfed by the EKG's pulses. Tilting my head just slightly to the side in an effort to see the source of the melody without dislodging any of the sensors and pipes stuck onto me, I notice a little wooden box sitting on the nightstand next to the bed. Did Lily come by to leave the music box? Did Lily come by? Well, like Rex, thank you for the $10. I gotta go to bed. But good luck marrying these cripple women. Also, congrats on mispronouncing banal. I said it correctly! Jackson, thank you. Hi, Pip. Hope you have a nice weekend. Thank you. Banal! Okay. Wait, chat, before we continue on, small tangent while we enjoy the happiness. The moon! Don't worry about the moon! I'm getting the limits, what the fuck? Okay. I think the pronunciation of a word actually depends on like, the mood of it. You know what I mean? I don't believe in, like, the difference between US and UK pronunciations. I feel like how you pronounce something can be US or UK or Southern or whatever. Depending on, like, what feels like the most appropriate for the moment. Wata. Wa'a. Okay, never would I say wa'a. But, like, there's moments where when you want it to sound more delicate, right? If you want to convey a more, like, delicate emotion, you would use, like, UK pronunciation, right? Because it tends to be, like, it's like lighter, but more, like, usually, like, stronger diction on it, right? If you want to be, like, precise, you would also use, like, a UK pronunciation with things, right? Because it, like, really enunciates, like, the word, right? Like fragile and fragile, right? Fragile is UK, but fragile is like normal. So when you're speaking like casually, it's better to say like, this was fragile. But when you want to like enunciate and you want to like make a point clear, I think like fragile works better. It's whatever communicates your intentions as. Yeah. Pronounce it venal, become ungovernable. That being said, I didn't know there were other pronunciations of banal. IGLBD, thank you. This is British propaganda. Ferocious Kitsu, thank you. It's okay to like you can prefer banal. You're saying it right. Screw chat. Fragile sounds Italian. People, what are you talking about? Think about words! Think about vibe checking the words, chat. Paradoxical madness, thank you. English is just an inconsistent mess of a language. True. True. Get out of my head. Ashkajana, thank you. Pippa, I want to speak British sometimes. It's unfair to give the British credit because, like, fragile is not just, like, British people, right? It's not just British people. Did I miss a super chat? Sure, thank you. See, this is why pre-recording BNs would be good. First new salad is why, thank you. Menace, this is why, thank you. Pello is Pello, not Pello. Fuck off. Arclad, thank you. Stop saying anal. Banal! Aluminum. Yeah, like, if you want to be casual, I think aluminum is how you say aluminum, right? But when you want to be precise in your speech, I think aluminium is the correct thing to say, right? Because that's the proper term for it. You know what I mean? And that's not to give, like, British people, like, all the credit or whatever. No, it's not. It's different spelling in the UK. But aluminum is aluminium. Aluminium was a typo, it's not correct. That's made up by them. Aluminium was misspelled on a big sign in the US. I don't know, dude. I've never fucking have to say aluminium, so it doesn't apply to me. But if I'm like talking to somebody and they're like, all right, hand me the aluminium, I'll be like, okay, here is the aluminium. It's not the Brits change their words on purpose to be different to stay in line with other elements. I think that makes sense. Contextual and tonal meaning. What is Pippa cooking? Something with aluminum. Space by the Q. Eum is a suffix for metal elements. You mean tinfoil? Yeah, true, Butterby, true. You mean the tinfoil. You mean you want me to hand you the tinfoil? Well, those do. Thank you. To be fair, the standard American accent, spellings, and pronunciation is how Brits used to talk. They swapped it because they were salty for losing. Cringe. Cringe. No, the aluminum foil. The tin foil. Salty Brits. Very salty. Very salty. Very sad. Quite sad. RNG, thank you. Does it matter when the South makes up a language? What do you mean? Back to reading? Back to reading. My mouth opens just slightly as I silently watch the tiny yellow metal drum slowly rotate inside. The little bumps on its surface gradually moving in and out of sight. This music box. It's the one I gave. The creaking of the door breaks me out of my reverie, my head and heart remaining still as my eyes turn to see who comes through. Long tan skirt, peach off-the-shoulder sweater, pale, almost porcelain skin, blue clouded eyes, and long yellow hair. All I can do is stare as Lily slowly walks into the room, her fingers lightly running over the wall for orientation, and my mind comes shuddering to a halt. Lily? She stops mid-stride, her entire body tensing. Ḥisaŭ? Was that you? Her voice is quiet and pensive, echoing her expression. I thought you were... Lily takes one tentative step forward, then another, as if she were holding herself back. Her control over her composure is for naught, though, and she finally rushes over to where I lay as the last of her resistance falls. I'm slightly taken aback when she grabs hold of me, hunching over as tears begin to fall from her cheeks. Since only minutes ago, I thought she was on the other side of the world. After a moment of hesitation, I rest my right hand on her soft shoulder.
𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐭. 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐭.
Lily's body trembles as her tears blot the pale green sheets, her emotions flooding through her carefully maintained exterior. With her face now closer and made easier to see for her pale skin being lit by the sunlight from below, I notice her cheeks being redder than they should be.
It's okay, Lily. I'm okay. You don't need to.
She rights herself quickly, her crying forcefully stifled with both sadness and stubbornness remaining in her moistened eyes. Her prideful nature, having always been something to contend with, takes me off guard.
Stop telling me not to worry about you, 𝐒𝐡𝐚. Just this once, let me cry.
I'm caught speechless. She waits for a response, but her composure breaks again after a handful of seconds. I swallow hard to try and settle my own emotions while she sweeps onto my bed, a strange mixture of relief and depression welling up.
Lily's here.
She's really here. I couldn't feel her skin under my hand. Oh, if I couldn't feel her skin under my hand, I'd hardly believe it. I'd hardly believe my own eyes. My efforts weren't for nothing. My body's attempt to take away everything that was important to me once again has been foiled. But now, I don't feel as happy about it as I thought I would. Seeing her here, crying like this over me, this is the one thing I'd wanted to avoid since coming to love her. No, even since leaving the hospital. I'm sorry, Lily. It's my fault I'm here. I shouldn't have tried to push myself so far. I give a self-deprecating snort. After months of keeping myself together so nobody'd worry over me, I went and did something like this. I guess I'm pretty dumb. I'm like... My mousepad mat is like moving off of my desk slowly more and more, and I don't know how I keep doing it. Because it grips to the desk, so how does it keep... It has a mind of its own. It does. With a couple of sniffs and a long breath, Lily manages to pull herself together and calm down a little. Despite her red cheeks, moist eyes, and the lines of her tears still visible, she delicately wears that weak smile she seemed to so often give.
You needn't blame yourself. I heard later that it happened as you were running down the road after me, right?
Still. She wipes her eyes with the back of her hand, returning more to her old self as the rush of emotions wears off.
Why did you run after me, 𝐒𝐡𝐚?
I move to respond, but notice her face tightening.
Even after I said goodbye, and I'd left 𝐒𝐴𝐚𝐭 Academy.
She takes a moment to steady herself, her emotions almost bubbling up once again. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry.
Sorry?
For the times when I wasn't there when you needed me. Until now, I thought you just being there would be enough. I only needed you by my side to make any day feel better. Even if my body may be like this, I want to help you, Lily. To be there when you need someone.
But you always were there, 𝐒𝐡𝐚.
Why did you want to go to Scotland, Lily?
Why? I told you before, because Akira was going, and because of my family's summons to their home.
Why didn't you say that you wanted to go? I'm not stubborn often, but this one time I think I need to be. I want you to stay here, Lily. I want you to stay where everyone you know lives, and where all your dreams and ambitions were made. If you choose to stay, I'll never leave your side. I won't let you lose another person. When I had my heart attack, I was snatched away from everyone and everywhere I knew. You showed me a new life after I came to Yamaku. I'd lost my past, but you showed me a future. Future. It's true that I hadn't always been there for you. I'm unreliable, sometimes I lied, and I thought I'd come to understand you when I hadn't even understood myself.
Be that as it may, I want to give you a future as well. I want to be there for you, to share both your burdens and your happiness, just like I promised back in Hokkaido. I want you to trust me. I know I had problems coming to put my trust in you after losing so many people I'd known after my heart attack. But that's how I know that being unable to trust others can feel awful. That's why I can't watch you just throw everything away like this. I never want you to go through what I did. I would do anything to stop that. You can be quite steadfast when you want to be, can't you? As I said, it isn't often. My weak smile drops, though, as the IV in my arm digs in a little. It's a harsh reminder of my tether to my condition. Lily's face tenses as I let out a small gasp of pain, immediately making me wish I'd stifled it better. All I can do is sigh in defeat. I tried to not let anyone worry over me the entire time since I left the hospital, but I can't even stop the one person I love most from crying over me. Even if I might finally be able to put my feelings into words, I feel pretty useless with a body like this. Every time I tried to reach towards something, it was just snatched away. And even now, things only turned out for the better due to luck. I guess that's something else I should apologize for. All I can ever do is make you worry. Even now, there's very little chance I'll live anywhere near a full life. The feeling of Lily's warm, soft hand moving over my left cheek makes me lift my head up. Her smile, gentle and warm as she touches me. I think that is something very natural for you to say. You were always so sincere and self-conscious. You were also reserved and mild-mannered, and patient to a fault with Hanako, yet curious about everything and everyone. When I said I missed you when I was with my family, I wasn't lying or exaggerating. The thought of you was never far from my mind and helped me through that time. That's why I was so confused about what to do when my family summoned me. Even after I thought I had made my decision, you tried your hardest to challenge me about it. I didn't confess to you out of pity or believing you were somehow different from what you are. I confessed because I never wanted to lose you, and want you to always be part of my life, no matter what might change. You are a very beautiful person, Hisao. Your heart changes none of that, so please, don't apologize for yourself anymore. For a long time, silence reigns in the room. I'm not sure what this newly born feeling inside of me is, but it pales into insignificance as I wordlessly gaze at Lily's smiling face, warm and gentle as it has always been. It's only as her thumb crosses my cheek, wiping away a single drop of moisture, that I realize that this is all I've ever wanted. For what feels like the first time, I give an earnest, wide smile. As Lily feels it against her palm, she returns the gesture. More time passes before either of us says a word, neither of us needing speech to communicate our feelings to each other. I know I can't promise you that I'll always be around, or that we'll be together forever. With some difficulty, I slowly lift my hand, placing it on her pale shoulder. But I think I can at least take you to next year's Tanabata Festival to make up for making you miss this year's. Lily's expression is one of surprise, though I can't say I blame her. You remembered that? I've got a pretty good memory. Sometimes. She raises her head a little and takes her hand from my cheek, giving a small, amused giggle. I smile absent-mindedly at how earnest it is, almost girlish in its lightness. Still smiling warmly, she collects herself and stands upright with a hand resting on my chest. It feels like I'm seeing her for the first time, the sun from the window glowing behind her just as it did when I first walked into that room where she was drinking tea. Very well then. Shall we make it a promise between the both of us to go to next year's Tanabata together? Even if she can't see me doing so, I nod approvingly. I promise. I promise.
carb. Thank you. You should go down Emmy's route so you can get a truly banal experience. It's pronounced. It's banal, you green. Whatever! Also, wait, holy shit, that's the end. Oh. Aww. This might be asking for too much, but I hope there's like a little epilogue scene. I hope there's like a little epilogue scene. It's my favorite in visual novels when they do like an after credits thing, right? And it's like, here's like 10 years into the future. You know what I mean? I love that. I love that so much. I love that so much. Except for when it sucks, like the ending of Yosuga no Sora. Wait a second, who knew it was possible? It actually ended. Yep! Despite easily being the most cursed playthrough I have ever done. We got through. We got through. It's the longest. Oh! Fuck yeah! Sorry.
Akira, Lily, and I silently sit on the grassy embankment high above the local town, the breeze gently blowing through the cloudless sky. We may be just a few minutes' walk from town, on a hill just outside its limits, but the view is entirely unexpected. Lily sits beside me, her eyes closed as the gentle breeze flows through her hair. This is a nice area.
Yeah, I never knew a place like this was anywhere near Yamaku. And I had to be the one to find it, of course. Kira's grin is genuine, but her tone is slightly different from her usual carefree nature. It's good that you're out of the hospital, though, Hisao. Nobody's more glad than I am. I can't stand hospitals. So you two are going back to school tomorrow? Yep. Akira chuckles in amusement before looking back out to the town below, the trees between the buildings swaying in the wind. Pity we couldn't go up north for the summer holidays or get to Tanabata.
I wouldn't worry. There's always next time.
You'll be graduating before the next summer vacation, won't you?
Yeah, there'll still be a college after that, mind.
Going to the same one?
Likely. We both have high enough scores to meet the entry requirements.
You sound so sure.
Don't worry, you're better than I in most subjects.
I guess we'll work it out in due time. That's the way. Just enjoy yourselves in Yamaku while you're there.
Lily gives a sad sigh in the distinction being made between Akira and the two of us. Do you really need to go back to Scotland?
Yeah, the folks are already out for my blood as it is.
You weren't meant to stay this long? She gives her trademark wide grin.
Setting my boyfriend up with a passport took some time.
You're taking him with you?
Just for a while at first. He's a surprisingly worldly guy, so I think I'll do just fine.
Akira gives an amused snort.
If our father had his way... Wait, yeah. I'd have gone a long while ago. I just couldn't pass up an excuse to stay with my favorite little sister a little while longer, though.
She leans right and gives Lily a tight, playful hug, cheering her up considerably. It's nice to be with you one last time, though. For what it's worth, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, thanks to you two. Well, thanks you two. I'll try and come back sometime, don't worry.
It's a shame that the business keeps you so busy.
The place won't run itself, I'm afraid, and I think it's going to be just the same over there. Considering that, I better get going. Have fun over there, Akira. Will do.
With a slight grunt, she lifts herself with her hands and stands up, dusting herself off as she does so.
Well, I'd better be off. The plane won't wait for me after all.
She has a certain unusual wistfulness in the tone of her voice, her eyes firmly planted on her sister. I'll be okay, Akira.
Yeah, I know.
Come now, it isn't that bad. You'll be able to see us again soon. It is strange to have Lily reassuring a doubt for Akira for once, She really has changed. Goodbye, Akira.
Bye. For a second, the dark-thawed figure looks down at the both of us, smiling widely. Perhaps more widely than I'd ever seen her do so before. She lets out a long, slightly wavering breath to steady herself before leaving, but eventually slips her hand in her pocket and turns on her heel. And with that, she walks away, one hand held in the air as she goes.
See you later, you two.
A jazz tune with no beat, melody, or direction to the very end. After a few moments of sitting silently, Lily and I pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off. Turning towards her with a broad smile, I hold out my hand. Shall we be off then? She takes my hand in hers, with a gentle nod and a smile as beautiful and warm as ever.
Indeed we shall, Hisao.
Cute! Wait, ah! I wanted to... I wanted... Oh, I broke it. No, I broke it! Okay.
Okay, wait.
As we sit up towards the school, that wonderful smile engraves itself onto my memory. That wonderful smile that we both share. Our past may be scattered and at times overshadowed by sadness, but they're also an irrevocable part of our lives and personalities. Even if I could change a single thing, I wouldn't, because my past was what led me here. That's why, even with all that's happened to us before, and all that may well befall us, together, we'll keep walking forwards. Forwards, towards the future. Our future. Ah! Oh. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it had like the little extra ending thing. That was so good. That was so good. It was so good. It was so wholesome. It was so wholesome. I have a lot of opinions on visual novels. I guess when that happened, Lily's route was so like, it was so like brutal. Right? There's a lot of like real emotion in Lily's route, I feel like. This might sound like dramatic, but I think like Lily's route is like one of the best routes in a visual novel I've ever read. I really liked like the callbacks. I really liked all the moments of introspection. Because it's like, if you're going to pad out your game with a lot of talking, right? And not like action scenes, so to speak, right? Have you read many? I haven't read like a fuck ton of like, I guess like real visual novels, but I have played a few, and I've played lots of small indie ones. I played a lot of small indie ones. In my opinion, a lot of visual novels, they can't afford to like spam a whole bunch of scenes, you know what I mean? Action scenes. I mean action scenes like a bunch of characters interacting with each other, right? Of going to different places, of like things that would require CGs, right? Or would feel like padding. I feel like in a lot of those, how do I say this nicely? A lot of like the downtime moments, we'll say the downtime moments, right, of a visual novel, where you're kind of in between like the big moments. I feel like you end up with a lot of describing like scenarios. You end up with a lot of describing scenarios and a lot of just like talking to, like the character's just like talking to himself about shit that's like completely irrelevant. You know what I mean? The slow moments, yeah, fluff for the sake of fluff. But with Lily's route, I think there were some times where it was like that. A little bit.
But in general, most of it was like moments of introspection that would also then like be called back to later, you know? Stuff like just simple stuff like doing the tea scenes again. It's like it's just so nice. Like when they had like the downtime moment, it was 𝐒𝐴𝐤 with the teacup, right? Like being introspective, which like made you think of when he was drinking tea with the others. It was nice. It was nice. There were about 9 moments of boring silence that lasted almost a week, some over a week. It didn't spin its wheels. Yeah. Excellent writing in Lily's Route. I really liked it. I really liked it. I really liked it. I really liked it. I tend to be a bit more, I guess, like with like high school themed or just school themed in general visual novels, I tend to be a bit like wary going into them. Because there is a lot of like those downtime moments, you know what I mean? There's a lot of downtime moments in like school-based visual novels where you end up with characters sitting at the desk, looking out the window, thinking to themselves, and it's like, I look out the window and stare pensively at the blue sky that spans above. It reaches to every corner of the world, and all I can think is that I am one small person in this very expansive world. I hear the sound of my teacher tapping on his desk as he grades papers mid-class, and I am left here with excess work. Blah, blah, blah. I look down at my paper. Blah, 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 blah. Downtime that takes 20 minutes and never comes back later. It's a problem with books too. I guess with manga, I tend to like skim over those types of scenes. I don't, it's gonna sound bad, but if like I see like a scene like that in a manga, I'm not sitting here like, yeah, I'm gonna read this. I'm sitting here like, I fucking skin this shit. Oh god, here we go. Yeah, never get those 20 minutes back. There's some VNs that are so bad about the padding. But you want that kind of fluff in some things like D&D. Because in D&D, you're building atmosphere and you don't really have much else to go off of, right? When you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, if you don't have that kind of fluff, then you don't really have a world around you to interact with. In visual novels, the world is already determined, right? You get your choices to do things handed to you. Set dressing versus passing. It's like, yeah, you use it to imagine. Yeah, in D&D, it's a practical tool. In visual novels, yeah, it's visual. Visual novels are visual. You can show the classroom. You can show so much shit. I know CGs are expensive. Is this not atmosphere? It can be, but the problem is a lot of visual novels don't know when to stop. So you end up with something that should have only been like you can dress it up in fancy words, right? But what it should have been is like, I'm sitting here in the classroom feeling like very small in a very big world and nothing is happening in class, right? You can do that and you can dress it up in nice words and not make it take 20 minutes. It's 2 sentences. You can I think you could accomplish it in like 10 lines, right? You could do like 10 lines. It really does not need to be that long. I do hate that in books too. I do hate that in books too. There are some books, if it's like a character talking, I'm okay with it, right? Because at least it's giving me more insight into a character. Or if it's a character narrating the story, I guess, and the way that they're narrating it is like giving you a lot of insight into who they are. But brevity is important. Yeah, brevity is the soul of wit. Yeah, it's like, Be economical with your time and word count, yeah. Why many word when few word do? It's not that. It's why are you... You're intentionally padding out your visual novel's word count by being extraordinarily verbose for no fucking reason. You're just padding the word count. And it's because it looks good on the back of the box when it says there's 8 hours of playtime. I'd rather have that than 20 minutes of pointless wacky high school hijinks before the plot happens. I don't want either. Visual novel, show picture. Yeah, Katawa Shoujo had a good amount of CGs. That's another thing that a lot of indie visual novels tend to be kind of weak with. Hey Sam, thank you. I'm gonna miss the Lily voice. Although, see, thank you. There's something to desire. Fuck. Let me move this over here so I can read it. There's something to desire in wanting someone that you're allowed to be weak around. Every other route is about pushing each other to some degree. This is about making an effort to take it easy. Aw. Well, I have not read the other routes, but I think this is very sweet. I think this was a very sweet route. I feel weird about... I guess, like, I need time to think about how, like, 𝐒𝐴𝐚 didn't, like, push on Lily to stay. I need a lot of time to think about that. Because, like, it does feel a bit weird. It does feel a bit weird to me that, like, 𝐒𝐴𝐚... Like, on one hand, it's good that he just respected her wishes, right? But on the other hand, like, he didn't really... I just feel like he didn't make the best choices, you know what I mean? And then I also don't think his choice at the end, while it had a good outcome, I don't think it was a good... I don't know if it was a good choice either, right? Like him collapsing at the airport, like him pushing himself too hard and collapsing at the airport. Like it's kind of I don't know, like... Lily can make her own choices, right? But it's a little bit of like, oh man, what are you gonna do? Leave the person who collapsed at the airport to die? You're not gonna like stay and make sure that they're okay? Or talk to... You're not gonna at least hear them out? I don't know. Makes for a good story. It does make for a good story. Yeah, unintentional emotional blackmail. Yeah. Like this, MacArthur. Thank you, Pippa. He's a high school boy. Why are you expecting good choices? I'm just talking about like how I feel about what he did. This is not, oh man, what a fucking idiot. In real life he should have done this, or why is the high school boy acting like a high school boy? It's, here's how I feel about like what happened. Theodore Pinnock, thank you. This was a genuinely beautiful story. I never expected it would be this heart-touching or that I would get this invested when you started. Thank you, Pippa. This has been wonderful. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It makes you, as a protagonist, feel kind of pathetic. It makes the ending kind of disingenuous because what Lily did was out of pity. I wouldn't go that far. But it does make it feel a little bit weird. Welcome, Lang. Thank you. Just need a scene where 𝐒𝐴𝐚 commits tax fraud. Tactics, thank you. Chicken beats the love. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, an analysis, not a judgment. I don't think it was out of pity. I don't think it was out of pity either. I think, like, Lily wanted to be with 𝐒𝐴𝐚, right? I think she genuinely wanted to be with him, and I think her staying with him would have made her more happy than going to be with her family in Scotland, right? Yeah, because Lily didn't want to leave to begin with. I just don't think that the way 𝐒𝐴𝐚 went about it was great. I think he acted very... I don't know. It's one of those moments in a visual novel where, like, I wish I had choices to, like, change what happened here, but I guess it was like necessary to show 𝐒𝐲's growth. But it could have been a choice. It still could have been a choice. If you make the choice to go see Lily at the airport, you could take the control into your own hands to make 𝐒𝐲 make the correct choices, so to speak. And then if you didn't go to the airport, it would still show like 𝐒𝐲. It would be the bad end of showing 𝐒𝐲 not being a more active person in his own life. He also said it was dumb. Yeah. 𝐒𝐲 could have used Zoom. Why didn't... Yeah, fucking 𝐒𝐲. Why didn't he use Zoom? Back in... When was this? 2006? X is right, thank you. So glad I finally caught the finale. Glad you enjoyed it. Lily's best. Thank you, thank you. Copper Snake, thank you. Last super for a while. Because I just bought Face Connected 1/3 anniversary merch. Love Pippa Mogu. My cat says hi. She meows a lot. Hi, Mogu. Struggling, thank you. Completely unintentional and reckless from him, but I think it made her reevaluate her choices and what was important to her, I guess. Yeah. Zoom existed back then. No, it was a joke. DZ, thank you. Based 𝐒𝐲 for guilt tripping Lily into staying. Brave SJ, thank you. Boy, if you think 𝐒𝐲 was stupid in Lily's route, you ought to see Rin's. And yeah, my biggest problem with Katawa Shoujo was 𝐒𝐲 feels really dumb sometimes. He's a kid. He's a kid. Oh, the final day for Faye's 3rd anniversary merch. Final day, final call. Big Little Mouse, thank you. Almost 4 years of a D&D campaign. Shit got wild and I became a lich with the goal of godhood. And my boy became an angel that rules our dwarven mountain city. Now our new characters are our children. That's pretty neat. I like the legacy stuff. Conlon, thank you. Is it not him going out of his comfort zone and fight? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Common sense, bro. Thank you. In some sense, yeah, one needs some time to mentally digest completing a whole route like this. There's an MS Paint comic that perfectly shows this. With an anon laying on the floor in tears. Theodore Pinnock, thank you. Alright about that. Well, Merghopper, thank you. Watch people wake up next Friday and this stream never happened and she has to finish Katawa Shoujo all over again forever. ACM, thank you. I'm gonna miss the Lily voice. Maldos, thank you. There's something... There's something to desire in wanting someone that you're... What? I already read that. Just these nuts, thank you. Stream wasn't cursed today. Mass Standard, thank you. Romance, like horror, often relies on the participants being irrational. Oh, Ken Ashcorp, thank you for the 690. Congratulations. Now someone commissioned 50 scabs of Pippa kissing Lily while having a heart attack from copious... A little bit base, thank you. Congratulations. Reckless, thank you. Katawa Shoujo. I owe it to my drive to make art for a living. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I hope you're doing good with your career. DJ Omni, thank you for $20. Wait, Pippa, you actually played through 𝑦osuga no Sora? Yes. You should check out the anime. It's wild that Crunchyroll, of all places, is hosting it. I think I watched, like, the first episode, or, like, first 2 episodes or something like that. It was kind of weird. I didn't like how the anime adapted. This is why I feel like visual novels need like a true route, right? Because 𝑦osuga no Sora, from what I remember, the way they did it was it like alternated routes. It's a game? Yeah, it's not a very good game, but it's a game. 𝑦osuga no Sora, in my opinion, is one of those games where you're like, wow, these characters are interesting, the setting is interesting, and the, like, atmosphere is pretty good. But then you play it, and it's, like, kind of dog shit. It's... 𝑦osuga no Sora is not good, in my opinion. 𝑦osuga no Sora is really not good, in my opinion. I don't know if that's gonna be, like, a hot take. It's one of those games that suffers from your choices not fucking mattering because the game railroads you. Wasted potential? Yeah. And maybe my problem is I wasn't playing it for the hentai, right?
I was playing it because I really liked the characters. Good ingredients, not a great dish. Yeah. Your choices matter. Only 2 endings. Yosuga no Sora. There's two big things that stick out to me in my memory. A real I played it for the plot moment, unironically. I mean, come on, like, the character designs are so fucking good. I think there's a reason why you still see, like, of all games, right? I think there's a reason why you see bootleg Yosuga no Sora figures fucking everywhere. It's because the character designs are iconic. The character designs are so fucking good, dude. But the game is just dog shit. The two things that stuck out to me that I remember after... It's been like 10 years. It's been like 10 plus years since I played that fucking game now. It's 2024. It's been around 10 years. At least 10 years. It's probably been more than that. There was one scene where you're on the track field and you're trying to like capture a letter or something, or you're trying to catch a letter, I think is what's happening. And you click through the options and you're trying to grab the letter and you can't capture it no matter how many times you click the capture it button. It's like, do you reach out to capture the letter? Yes or no? You click yes. It's like, as you go to grab the letter, it slips from your fingertips and you miss. It's floating on the wind. Do you want to go get it? Yes or no? And you're like, yes. And then it's like, you reach out to grab the letter again, but again, just barely missed. You want to do it again? And you're like, yes. And you just keep doing that. And then eventually it's like, the letter flies off in the wind. You can't get it. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Then why was it even... Yeah, the illusion of choice. It's so frustrating. And I get that, like, oh, but Pippa, that's the intention, because it's supposed to make you feel the frustration that the main character feels. And it's like, I don't want to feel that frustration. I would find it more endearing if it was just written out instead of making me feel like my choices don't fucking matter in a game where all I have are choices to make because it's a visual fucking novel. And there's no other gameplay besides that. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. And then the ending. Obviously, I did the little sister route. And I'm pretty sure I got the true ending. And the true ending, or the good ending or whatever, for Yosuga no Sora, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Maybe I got the bad end. But I played it, right? And then it's like... The epilogue is we're at our sister's wedding to some other dude? And she, like, looks at us uncomfortably, and we, like, look at her uncomfortably. And then it ends! It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. It made me so mad. I still love the characters. But... What? Yeah, that's how the game ends. That's... It's a realistic ending. It is a realistic ending in a game that was comically anime. Which is so... I feel like you have to commit, right? Either you commit to being half realistic and half, like, corny anime, and you have to figure out how to balance the two, or you do one or the other, right? Those are your two choices. You either have to balance it out so the realism still feels real and doesn't just blindside you, or you have to make a choice. Do you want your game to be like silly anime whatever, or do you want it to be like very grounded in reality? And Yosuga no Sora, 3 choices. Okay, it's 3 choices. It's 3 choices, I guess. But yeah, balance or go all in. It's like the entirety of Yosuga no Sora is like really over-the-top silly anime with like the letter flying out of your hands, and you have the childhood friend and she's jealous of your sister, and there's these like moments where it's like, oh man, nobody can find out, oh man, and your sister's walking around carrying around her little stuffed animal and it's so cute. And then the ending's like,
you carry a grave sin. Your sister will never be able to feel comfortable around you ever again because of the lives that you two led when you were younger. Your sister is now married to someone else, and you will be forever alone, estranged from your family due to the secret that you hold. How can you even live with yourself? You're disgusting.
it's like, okay, okay, thanks game. Okay, whatever. Some of these VNs sound like the plot to 16 Candles, which was hilarious when I saw it as a teen in the 80s. I have never seen that. It's so like, what the fuck? Dude who wrote that was like, I didn't get into game dev for nothing. Yeah, okay, sure, game with incest route. Thank you for fucking morally grandstanding on me. McClack, thank you. You can either be Nichijou or Grave of the Fireflies, not both. Yeah,
good job, you disgusting freak.
what the fuck? What the fuck? If I'm miserable, everyone else has to be too. Let me look it up. It had to have been the true ending, I think. Adair Soto, thank you. Yosuga no Sora VN walkthrough. God. Such good design, such a good environment. Mr. Thank you. Is incest isn't good really morally grandstanding? No, but when you make a game where you're like, here's like anime fantasy game, yay, and then you're like,
how dare you?
Like, what the fuck? What the bro, you sold me the product. What do you mean? You sold me the product. Hello? No, thank you. It's not even that realistic. Me and my sister ended up fine. What the fuck?
Fiag, no, thank you for the $100. Thank you for sticking with it, Pippa. Thank you.
Okay, so Sora's... Let's see here. Sora VN ending. My keys are still broken. I don't even know where I found information before. How the fuck did I... Where's the information on this? Where's the fucking information on this? Maybe I got the bad ending. I don't know. I found a forum post by somebody with a top NEP avatar, so you know it's gonna be good. I can't believe she actually finished the game. Well, a route. Chat, when you guys play these, do you usually do every route? I'm gonna sound like a fucking parasocial psychopath, but I can play all the routes for the character that I first choose. Anything else feels just wrong. Yeah, Ship Kennedy, it feels like cheating. It feels like cheating. But I know you're losing, like, a lot of your money's worth if you do that. But it's like... How am I supposed to play other people's routes? Because then, like... I tried it, and then I saw the other characters, like... I saw, like, the character that I did the first route of in the other route, and I'm just like... Like, they're here, and we're in this world, and we're in this moment together, but our paths have diverged so horribly, and they don't even know who I am anymore. and you're like, oh, and I feel existential. I have to close the game. Look at this Arthur, thank you. I do all the good ending routes because there is no sadness here. I just think usually I don't play all the routes, but for this one I did. You're too loyal. Lord Clips, thank you. Yeah, I tend to be a loyalist to my fave. It feels so sad. It's just genuinely depressing. It's not even like... It's not like a, oh man, sorry, I can't be unfaithful to the character that I chose. Because it's like you are when you play other visual novels, right? You're being unfaithful to that character from the other visual novel. It's not like that deep. It's just like when you're playing the visual novel and like you see that character that you already did the route of, you're like, I could have chosen you, but I did a different route and now you're just here, and I don't know, I feel so I just feel wrong. Never gonna say anything. I'm gonna miss the stream series. It was wonderful to draw to listen. It was wonderful to draw to listening to your voice acting for it. Well, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Cheating on Colress and Bismarck was literally filthy. Specklebox, thank you. Me playing another character, it's just not the same. Rin, Hanako, Emmy, Leah, Lily, Misha. Oh. I have to get all the CGs. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. The only time that it's acceptable is like if you have to unlock. Oh, thank you for the raid, Jake Hudson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the stream. We're just talking about visual novels now. We already beat the game. If you have to like beat other routes to unlock a specific character, then it's more tolerable, right? Because it's like I'm not like here to get invested into these characters. I'm here to unlock the secret character. Anthony Delgado, thank you. Nekopara next. Maybe. Mr. Hero, thank you. Can you play... You played all the Hatoful Boyfriend routes though, right? Cheating on Shu? Shaking my head. I have not done all the Hatoful Boyfriend routes. I've watched other people play some of the routes. Which now that I think about it, is kind of like a nice way to get around like that feeling. I never thought about that before. But I felt fine watching other people play the Hatoful Boyfriend routes. That counts? But it doesn't really, because I'm like watching somebody else do their... Like, you wouldn't say you played The Last of Us just because you watched somebody else play it, right? I'm just sitting in the cuck chair watching Markiplier fuck... I forget whose route he did. I'm sitting in the cuck chair watching Markiplier fuck a pigeon, alright? I'm not the one fucking the pigeon. Interesting way to put it. You can just be the voyeur. Pippa likes to watch. I can't find any information on the routes. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I didn't, Maybe I didn't get the true end. I don't know. I'm seeing, like, questions like, are Haru and Sora dead? But... Oh, wait. It's like a fan theory. I don't know. I don't know. She dreamt the whole thing. I have to play it now. The Last of Us is free on YouTube. There's this great game called The Last of Us. It's free on YouTube. Oh, they die in the anime ending. Oh. I didn't finish the anime. The anime, like I said, they adapt like different routes for different episodes. It's weird. To unlock the little sister route, you have to play one other girl's route. That's probably what I did, and I just skipped through it. Daniel Sierra, thank you. Oshi, that's cheating emotionally. That's not okay. The way to do the route where you have to play somebody else's route first while preserving your dignity is to, like, you play through the intro, right? There's always like at least 2 parts to a visual novel. The first part is like the intro, where it's like the generic route, right? And then there's the second route, or the second arc, or second part of the visual novel, where it's like you're locked into a route. And the first part, you read it, right? And then the second part, you just skip that shit. You just fucking skip that shit. You like skim it, and you're kind of like a second-hand observer at like most, right? You're like, this happens. This happens.
Synapse, thank you for the $100. That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you had a good time. I see another big shupa from Douglas MacArthur. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for reading, Diva. I really enjoyed watching these, and I'm sure everyone else did. Scuff or not. Remember, go, 𝐒𝐸𝐴𝐜, Lily, best girl, love, and we're all going to make it. Stay happy, everyone. Dakota, thank you. Use cheat engine and set secret ending unlocked to true. Thank you, Chad VTuber Enjoyer. Thank you. Have to play Beta Lily to get Beta Hanako. True. Oh.
I do prefer games where you don't have to play other characters' routes. And I especially don't like games where you have to sit through every character's routes. This is going to be ew girl moment, but there was one visual novel called Steam Prison. And the character that I wanted in it, the character was where I was like, yeah, I want to play this game. I never even got to pursue. I never even got to pursue him. It was an ultimate game, yeah. He's like a pope. He's like a holy figurehead character. Steam Prison. But where can we send visual novel suggestions right now in chat? The Pope route. Yeah, the Pope route. I was like, oh my god, this is great. This is great. A steampunk setting. Dystopian. With a totalitarian government. And the main character, like the protagonist girl, is like badass. She's a swordsman. She works as a guard. She's so fucking cool. This is so fucking cool. And there's like a holy man character. That's like my jam. It's so rare. It's so fucking rare. But there's like a character in a visual novel that's like a holy man. Hell yeah. And so I boot it up. And he doesn't even appear. I think. Until like the end of most other characters' routes. And I try to like play a little bit blind, right? I try to like get like a little bit of a feel for the situation, and then I like look at like the walkthroughs after. I'm not one of those types that's like immediately boot up the walkthrough to play through the game. I'm like, okay, let me like play through a bit, you know, and if I feel like this is like too hard, if I feel like nothing's making sense, or like I'm on the wrong character route, then I'll like look up a walkthrough, right? You can't even get him until you date every other guy in the fucking game. That's not very holy. He's already married to God. He's already married to God. I think if you play through his route, he actually is like... He's like, not actually is married to God, but he's like revered as one or something, but it's just like as a it's just like for a show. He's not, I don't know. I never got to play it. But thank you. Pippa wanted to corrupt the holy man. It's like, what the fuck? I played 3 routes and then it was too much. It was too much. I played 3, I tried 4. And I couldn't fucking stand it. I couldn't fucking stand it. It's like in the process of trying to unlock this character, I found another character that I got attached to. And now how am I going to be able to face that character that I ended up liking? You know? I don't know. It's just too hard. It's just too hard. It's like you play the game, right? And you have the choice to like give the character that you bonded with a good ending again. And you not clicking that choice, it feels like you're sentencing them to a life of misery. And I know they're not real, but I feel like I'm being a bad fucking person. I feel like I'm betraying them and sentencing them to misery. Look at this. Look at these characters. So I see the one on the left, right? And I'm like, holy man, yay! Yay! And I like try playing through normally and I unlock this guy whose name is 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿. And he's kind of okay. He's like a tsundere type. It's like, whatever. He's like a medicine man. It's whatever. I didn't think his route was bad, but I didn't really get attached to him. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿. It looks like his name is Adage, but it's not. If you listen to the dialogue, it's 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿. Now, thank you. You're literally the I made the wrong choice of the PNG is mad at me crying meme. Ah! It's the glasses who got you. No, I played his route next because I thought I'd be interested in him, but he's like a rich ladies man. And he's like overconfident and like he's not great. And he's like, I love the people, I help the people. He looks snooty. He's not snooty, he's just overconfident and he has like this mansion. It's like the fantasy is like, oh man, this rich, suave gentleman is sweeping me off my feet and going to take care of me and give me everything that I want. And he also has like a really good heart, even though he's kind of arrogant. Just like, whatever. This character, yeah, it was this one that made me give up. This one made me give up. He's Batman. Yeah, he was Batman. The glasses guy is like Batman, and I was like, he's really a superhero at night. Yeah, he's that type of character. This character made me give up the game. He's like more of a tsundere. I guess 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐿, the dark blue hair guy, he was more of like a kudere, more of a kudere, right? And he's like a little bit mean. He's got like a little bit of an edge to him, you know. And you're like, ah, okay. Well, he's just like a good doctor. He's a good doctor. He has no people skills. That's okay, you know. But then this guy, he's like a tsundere, and he's like being mean to you, and you're like, ugh. What is your problem? Why are you always so angry? What is your damage, dude? Why are you so pissed about everything all the time? This one's bratty. Yeah, this one's like bratty. He's like, stop speaking to me. I don't like you. Like a toddler. Yeah, like a toddler. Yeah, and I'm sure he would have had some fucked up tragic backstory, but honestly, I don't care. He made me shut off the game. He made me turn off the fucking game, dude. I was like, nope. This is not worth it. In my journey to get to the holy land of Holy Man, I have been filtered. Terrible. Terrible. This is the one that I got attached to. He was the third route that I did, and he's the one that I like got attached to. He's actually like the most unpopular route apparently. But he's cool. He's like more quiet, and he's like your childhood friend, kinda, if I remember correctly. But he's just like a cool, kind of stoic knight, you know? He fights for what's right, and your character gets like falsely accused of a crime, and he's like I'm sorry, but like I gotta get you out of here, right? Like you get sent to Basically, like, the premise is you get falsely accused of a crime, and your penalty is pretty much death. You get exiled from your city and sent to a shitty town. And then in the shitty town, it's like everyone knows that they're gonna come back and kill you, right? It's just they put on the show of exiling you. And this guy, he's like, no, like, they're not gonna kill you. Our government is good, actually. I believe in the system. I believe in what's right. And the system is what's right because, like, God said so, right? Like, you're not just going to, like, go against what God said, right? He's, like, very lawful good. He's very, very lawful good, you know? He's a patriot. Yeah, he's a patriot. And then, like... And then, like, he's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. But don't worry, we can resolve things peacefully. The system's not broken. There's just, like, some bad people. We can fix this. I don't remember how his route ends. I don't remember how... It's been many, many years since I played this. But he's so sweet. He was so sweet. He do spin kicks. I'm sure he could. Blind trust in institutions actually really upsets me. I think it's really... I don't want to say, like, it's not admirable to have, like, blind trust in an institution, right? But I find passionate devotion to a cause to be very endearing, you know? Wait, so you only had to get past the one brat to get to the Pope? Yeah, I just had to complete the fucking white-haired brats route. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Is that why you like Holy Ben? Yeah. It can be endearing even if it isn't admirable. Yeah. Cynicism gets tiring after a while. Yeah. He seems to follow the principle of the institutions than the actual institution. Yeah. Like, at first, he is fighting for, like, the institution, right? But that is, like, that's part of his arc, is he like, realizes that the systems are flawed, and the values he had are not wrong. It's just the systems are being abused and manipulated, right? Why didn't you skip it? Because it was taking too long. I just literally could not bear to see this motherfucker on screen. The white-haired brat, he's so annoying. He's so fucking annoying. So I never got to play the Holy Man mount. Sad. Sad, very sad. This guy is... Oh wait, no, this guy's your childhood friend. Blonde hair guy's not your childhood friend. Green hair guy is your childhood friend. And he's like a yandere. He wasn't a route in the version that I played because I played the PC version. You can play it now for content? I guess. I don't think the game is going to interest me at this point in my life. I used to be really into, like, otome games, but now I don't really get it anymore, I guess. But would it be funny? Maybe if I was just yelling at the white-haired one. I feel like I've been spoiled by romance manga. Taste change? Yeah. I've read so many good, like, romance manga. She likes women now, yep. It's like... Unironically, it is easier to get through these games when you're pursuing a girl, because you have something nice to look at. And I really delight in the, like, anime-isms when it's a girl character, right? When it's, like, a male character, it's a lot harder for me to be like, oh wow, so cute, or oh wow, this is so, like, endearing and exciting, right? When it's, like, a male character, it's like, eh. I'd rather, like, a more interesting story, I guess, with a male character. Whereas with female characters, like, my standard is so much lower. I can just enjoy... Now she's, like, running around handing out pamphlets for a maid cafe. That's so cute. Look at how she's, like... Look at the CG where she's, like, got her leg kicked up. And she's, like, all excited on her expression and stuff. It's, like, it's just cute. It's just cute. And I feel like part of it is because like games where you're pursuing like a female character are written to be like enjoyable. That sounds weird. But like they're written to be, they're very like sincere. They're very happy, you know? A lot of them, not all of them, but I don't know. Maybe I just have double standards. But with like otome games where you're pursuing a guy, it's like everything tends to be more dramatic. It's more like, oh man, here's like how sad and emotional I am before like, oh, this like cool thing happens. Yay! There's like a story happening, and a lot of the times the female character's not like involved in it at all. She's just kind of like a passenger to the plot. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. Fugu, thank you. How about Walk Your Romance? I don't know that. Game written for men versus game written for women? Yeah. I don't know. I understand, like, why it works the way it does. I'm not saying, like, people are dumb for enjoying otome games. It's like, I used to enjoy them too. I understand the appeal of them. I just don't... My tastes have moved away from that. You play those kinds of games for the routes over the MC? That goes for gal games too? Stories in general tend to be for women, both books, games, movies, etc. Don't be black-pilled men. Pippa is just one chick who doesn't brush her teeth as much as her webcams. Webkins? She's what? What is this sentence? It's called growing up, Pips. That's probably true. I noticed my enjoyment of otome kind of waned more and more the older I got. I remember on the PS Vita, I was really excited to like play every otome game, and I remember I played quite a few otome games on PC. I played Oz Mafia, I think. Yeah, that one wasn't good. I played Steam Prison. I played Alice no Kuni is one I still talk about, because I still really cherish my memory with that one. I think partly because I love the Alice in Wonderland aesthetic, but partly because like the characters are a bit more, I guess, like whimsical, I guess is the word. I don't know. Like they do more. They do more. It's more, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Just gonna yap about Tim Burton again. No, I'm not. Did you say PS Vita or Atari? PS Vita! I don't think there were any otome games on Atari. There was a lot of otome on the Vita, strangely enough. There was! I'm trying to think of which ones I tried playing. I think the PS Vita is actually where I started to realize I was liking them less and less, because there was like, oh god, what game was it? I don't know what game it was, but there was like this one game where the characters, I think, they were like English classical tales inspired. So like there was one character that was like Jekyll and Hyde. Maybe it was Code Realize. I think it might have been Code Realize. I don't know. I didn't really like Code Realize. Vita was the place for VNs, it was. My dad played that game and died. He's alive now. What? Do you enjoy things as they are, or does the fandom influence how much you can enjoy a genre? I enjoy things as they are generally, but a good fandom can make me enjoy a game or franchise more. Time for bed? Sleep well, Pablo John! Thank you for stopping in. Mr. Mountaineer, thank you. Good night, Stinky Pink Rabbit. Good night, Mr. Mountaineer. Good night, good night. Good fandom? Like a fandom that produces a lot of good, like, fan works, right? Like, Toho is something that I've had very limited exposure with the actual games themselves, right? but I've always enjoyed Toho because the fandom for Toho is just like over the top great. Yo, thank you. How about Yuri/Shoujo visual novels? I played some indie ones back a long time ago. They didn't really stick with me. I prefer like Yuri or Shoujo manga, or like short stories of characters that I like that are not from media that is like they're not from media that's targeting people who are into Yuri. You know, they're interesting characters from other series that, yeah. Like 90% of the Toho fandom are secondaries. Makes sense. Toho bros know their things. The games, art, music, etc. that comes from the Toho fandom is amazing. It really is. It really is. Alright, Clips, thank you. Blessed be the Toho fandom. Have you read Citrus? I never finished it, but yeah, I got through some of it. I do enjoy toxic Yuri. I enjoy the toxic lesbians trope. I know that's like a hotly debated. How dare the most prominent representation for Yuri be toxic lesbians, and oh my god, the girls in Citrus actually they're related, whatever. It's fiction, bro. It's fiction, bro. Get over it. Get over it. Is the Renpai forum working? It seems to be. The Renpai forum seems to be working again. Maybe I should just go through here. Find some games, or maybe I can like... Wait, I can sort... Oh, I can sort by playtime. I might sort by playtime. I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to like make these easy to find. Maybe I'll just like compile some games, and then I think I'll post in the Face Connect Discord and be like, hey, is anyone interested in reading these as a recording? And then I'll have them for next stream. Visual Novel Database is your friend? Yeah, I tried using Visual Novel Database when I was really addicted to visual novels, and the problem was like a lot of them I couldn't like get my hands on the games listed there. Easy, thank you. Toxic Yuri with tons of... Dang on, thank you. Filter by playtime, sort by rating. I don't think I can do that on the Renpai wiki, but maybe on Visual Novel Database. I don't know. I hope 𝐒𝐚𝐭's recommendation of playing Valhalla comes to fruition. That game is super comfy and chill. Make the first one of the series something known to be good, or you'll do one at random and it will end up being a garble game. I guess. I don't know any like really short visual novels that are known to be good. But that is a good idea. That is a good idea. Although I do really want to play some of these like garbage looking ones. Because the ones that look the worst tend to be the best. Okie dokie. That game is so long. How long to beat? DDLC. It's 4.5 hours. Oh wait, that's Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. The main story is 4 hours. That's too long. That's way too long. It's not that long. To send to another Face Connect talent and be like, can you read this off for a like compilation thing? If you're saying to like read it out for like a pre-recorded segment and then that just be the entire stream, I could do that and then separate it into chapters and then like speak over chapters or just like pause to commentate at times, I guess. I thought they were just reading apart. What I was thinking is finding like, because there's these visual novels that are like 5 to 30 minutes long, I could like find ones like that and be like, hey, do you want to do you want to read this off? And then it could like feature multiple visual novels. I guess I could ask them to like read it in parts, but I just don't see how the logistics for that would work out, because I'm gonna be like sending them. I'm gonna be like, here, can you read this part out? I'll like send you the files. I'll send you the game and I guess my save file, and can you just read from here? Like, can you read from here to here? I don't think that would work. I think that would just be... I think that would be strange. Something like DDLC, I would just have to read all of it, I think. Miens as a genre have a trend toward being designed around the premise that more is more. Slay the Princess is a good romance, man. We played that. Copy the voice in an AI. No! Probably get tired of that. Yeah. You cook, now you just gotta refine the idea. Yeah. How many weeks do you plan for it to last? I figured it would just be like a once a week thing, like reading out different things. I can try a few different things, right? I can try the like. It doesn't always have to be the same thing, right? Like I can mix it up, do some just me reading out like DDLC, right? I could read out DDLC and edit it up, and then I can like between chapters like pop in and talk about what was just read, and then like the week after I could do like the one-shots of like having different talents read off. Try to workshop with some of the other coworkers too, see if they have suggestions. Best things, it's whatever you have the best time doing, bro. Yeah. Funky Experiment Friday. DLC is a weird one because I feel like everyone knows the only thing that it's worth playing for. I don't know. I didn't really care too much about DDLC. I know a lot of people are really attached to some of the characters, but I'm also not like... I don't remember their personalities other than Monica. I watched for the Monica part. I don't know anything about these other bitches. I remember Eye Candy was based on one of them at some point. The pink-haired one. Honestly, I always confuse the pink-haired one for the light brown-haired one. I remember I downloaded DDLC and I saw people talking about Monica, and I was like, oh, I want to do the Monica route. And I tried getting it, and the little poetry book at the beginning, you can't make choices that make Monica happy, and I was like, ugh. Ugh. Sayori, they're both pink, just really lightly on the one. Is that how it is? Is one of them just... I accidentally typed in DLLC. Oh, I guess her hair is a different shade of pink. They look too similar. They look way too similar. Which is a rare complaint from me when it comes to like anime characters, because usually it's like, no, can't you see the difference? This character is white hair, this character is gray hair. But like these two characters just like blend together for me. I think one of them hangs themselves and the other one kills himself with a razor or something. I don't know. That's like all I know. One's your childhood friend, one goes, humph.
It's not like I like you or anything. Baka!
Just hanging out. Oh, that's Yuri and it's a knife. Okay. Does the other one get murdered or something? Spoilers? I'm sorry! How do you not know the story to Doki Doki Literature Club by now? Pink woman! Saving that audio. There we go. No need to play through anymore. That's all we need. 20-year-old game. The one is flexible. Oh, she snaps her own neck? Spoilers, who cares? It's Doki Doki Literature Club. Nobody cares. The important part is the one girl is like psycho and has control over reality within the context of the game. What else do you need? Dumb cheese, thank you. I saw a Wani hug the gator on TikTok and was curious, but didn't want to spend money on something that I probably won't enjoy. Maybe give that a try. That's by the people that made Snoop Game, right? I Wani hug the gator. How long is it? How long to beat? How long is this game? Ooh, 9 hours. 9 hours. Chat, let's find some shorter games. Let's not jump into a big commitment again. Natsuki doesn't die, she gets neck snapped by Monika's code fuckery. So inverse, it would be similar to supernatural shit. Oh. I don't care! I don't care. I doubt most visual novels are short. Well, you don't know much about visual novels, now do you, Axarius? How short? Under 5 hours, ideally. Remember, that's 9 hours of reading in your head. When I read these games for stream, I'm speaking them out loud. So they take like twice as long. Because instead of just like quickly reading it, it's here's what the character is doing, blah 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 blah. And then I'm also like adding my opinions on things. It's like, yeah, plus the tangents. It's sorry, thank you. If these are recorded, is eroge allowed? That is another thing that made me want to do like some pre-recorded stuff, is because I could also do the eroge games. I could do eroge games and like pre-censor them. How long is Euphoria? I could play Euphoria if I did the pre-recorded. That one's 9 hours and 45 minutes. Sengoku Rants. I talk, thank you. The Dandelion Girl is a visual novel. Is about an hour long, which is an adaptation of a pre-existing story. The Dandelion Girl. The Dandelion Girl. That would be crazy. That is the world of opportunity that opens up. The Dandelion Girl, you don't remember me. Add to library. Planetarian is 4 hours technically. I can look that one up too. Planetarian. Planetarian HD. It's $10. I wouldn't consider Sengoku Ranch to be a true VN. It's got gameplay. Euphoria with the Euphoria girls. Oh my god. Can we access the uncensored version? I don't know how I would do that. There's nowhere for me to upload it to. I don't have like a Patreon or anything. And we're not putting pornography on the official Phase Connect website. Anthony Delgado, thank you. Necopera next. Oh yeah, still thank you. It's like watching what we can never have, bros. I'm gonna pip myself. Daniel's here, thank you. Does that mean we're getting the Island of Dr. Moreau Part 2? I want to do a reread of Part 1 before I do Part 2. I fucked up so bad on the reading of that. Google Drive or Dropbox? I don't know if that's allowed. I kind of just assumed you weren't allowed to upload anything like that. Maybe have an archiver upload it? I guess I could just upload like the raw files. I don't know where I would upload it to. You have to do Mega. I don't know. And I also, like, I wouldn't be able to link to it on YouTube. either, I don't think. I don't know. This is complicating things. Sell it as a voice bag. I obviously cannot do that. Just use word of mouth. I don't know if that's a good idea. Picking a visual novel database by short and no sexual content. Nekopara seems like a winner. Is Pippa starting a corporation? What? What? Ask Sakuna before you use too much brain power. Does Rumble allow this? Maybe Rumble does. Justine does, thank you. Fishman would be mad. Yeah, I think that's the main thing is... I think it would have to be like word of mouth because I don't think management would appreciate my face being next to porn. I'll let Chad talk you into doing something against what you think you can. Talk to Fish first. Yeah. Yeah. Smile. Talk to management, maybe they could help. Yeah. Valhalla is neatly broken into parts, which makes sectioning it an easy task. Mr. I think you maybe Dr. Moreau redo as a trial run of Filter Fridays. Because I wanted to do visual novels first. I wanted to do some more visual novels. But I'll look into the book stuff as well. But I want to focus on visual novels first. I really like visual novels. The ends and then book club, yeah. And I want to make sure like the visual novel format like works first too. Fate has an all ages version. But then that wouldn't be as shocking as playing the not safe for work version and just blurring it. It'd be cool to have some non-stream VN readings. LV Colonel Sanders is 3 hours, I think. Yeah, that would be one. It's kind of been done a million times, so there is that aspect to it. Like one fun thing about visual novels is there's lots of like hidden gems, you know? There's lots of hidden gems. A friend of mine recommends Phenomeno Mitsurugi Yoishi wa Kawa Sarainai. This is a good horror. Aww. Aww. The hidden gem. Well, it's like... Oh wait, I've seen this girl before. It's like... A lot of visual novels don't really get played, right? So that's part of the novelty. Like, they don't get played for Let's Plays or streams as much. There is like a Let's Play of every visual novel out there, but they're not as common. Thank you. How about When Our Journey Ends? Main story, 40 minutes. I will look into that one. Oh, it's like, it's got a train. That looks cute. Visual novel. How about Go Go Nippon? Wait a minute. There were 18 plus visual novel playthroughs on YouTube, but it's all privated stuff now. We love trains. We love trains! This one has a lot of bad reviews. When Our Journey Ends has a lot of bad reviews, but it says mostly positive. How does it say mostly? Oh, I guess because just the top few are negative. We do love trains. Maybe I'll pick up that one. If it's like 40 minutes. I guess that would be like a good one to start with, maybe. I don't know. I'll look into them. I'll try it out. I'll try recording some gameplay. I'll edit it down and then either next week or the week after. I'll give it a try. Give it a try. That being said, I am going to head off for the night. Rascal, thank you. Whatever you go with, I'll be looking forward to it. Pippa VA love. Ellie. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Could I get the Miss Super Chat list, please? Before I go. Before I go. Good night. Thank you, thank you. I hope you guys
have a good rest of your night. It's a bit sad to see Katawa Shoujo go. Maybe eventually we can do another route, but... Dessert Raid, thank you. Thank you for continuing listening, Pippa. I'll be here for whatever you cook up, and we'll have fun. Have a good night. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Just got here, Lamel. I'm sorry. Thank you for the Katawa's dreams, but no problem. Oh, my PC crapped out tonight? No Miss Super list? Wait, was that real? Oh! Okay, okay, no super chat list. If I missed your super chat, I'm very sorry. I can scroll through the list real quick and see if I missed any. Stream elements. But even when I read through the list, it doesn't usually capture, like, the membership ones. Well, I'm very sorry about that. Fucking crowd strike? Is that what it's called? Crowd strike? Fucking crowd strike killed the super chat list. What the hell, man? Up something UVN recommendations. I could say something like Seiya no Uta, Steins Gate, or Higurashi. Though only a real answer for a truly media literate person are Monster Girl Quest and Monster Girl Quest Paradox. Hang on, thank you. Why is this mixing Twitch followers into my list? I feel like I got most things. And on, thank you for the gift sub to Paphis Dad. Why did I get so many Twitch followers, like, yesterday? Did somebody raid me when I was offline? Okay, yeah, I'm not sure which ones I missed, but thank you guys so much for stopping in. My name's Pipkin Pippa, and I will see you tomorrow. Otsukara! Otsulili! Till day fluffers away! Till day fluffers away! Till day fluffers away! Till day!
Away till day fluffles away till day fluffles away till day. We hope you enjoy your stay. Tuesday through Saturday, we'll see you again soon. A few hours past noon. Drinking, watching, reacting, backseating. ISP problems left waiting. What the hell is Pippa eating? Mama Spanish chatters go ham. Miss Super chats when will Pip Possum come back? We hope you enjoy your stay. Your favorite streamers live. So today she'll be offline. Kapipi, we'll see you again soon. Leave a like and bob to the outro tune. Next stream we'll argue and laugh. Next stream we'll have a blast. Stick around to see who Pippa rates. Read the chat rules and say hey dude. We'll stream again soon. Come back again. And remember us when you hit message send. Till day fluffles away till day. Till day fluffles away till day. Till day fluffles away till day.